I also want to check to make sure we're actually streaming. Are you checking it or am I checking it? I'll check it.
I'm just reviewing the tier list I made.
That's fine. I'm checking it. I'm pulling up to see if we're live. I assume we're live.
I don't care. Hello, everybody.
We're going to check to make sure that we're live.
Hello.
Am I able to check on my own channel? Is that a thing I'm able to do?
Let me pull it up.
I don't think it's a thing I can do on my own channel. So never mind. Someone else needs to
live.
check. Woo! We're live. Okay, so we're still waiting on Hype Tyson. So we're talking about Pokemon instead. We're picking a team. Yeah, we're picking a team of our favorite our favorite 6 of each Pokemon generation. Just because we can.
Oh wait, is it favorites? Because I thought we were.
Well, it's favorites skipping legends and also implying that this is a team that we would potentially use in an actual playthrough of the game, so that we're not just going to pick the same Pokemon from the same generation. Like we're not just going to pick all the same type or something like that.
Yeah, I was worried.
You just picked all the top tiers.
I picked an Eevee.
You did pick an Eevee, to be
Not
fair.
even an Evolve form, Eevee?
No, I love Eevee so much.
That's fair. It's like the one guy who picked.
You're gonna get
Pikachu.
Eevee with EVO-like?
Yes.
All right, so I got, and this is subject to change, but I got Venusaur because I like all 3 of them, obviously, but I guess I like Bulbasaur the most.
Oh wait,
so.
do we have to pick a starter?
That's what I was going with.
I was doing it for everyone.
I was picking it, but you don't have to.
I'm doing a starter for each gen.
Dugong, because I like Dugong, but I also like a lot of the water types. Like, I also really like Kingler and
like
Starmie, but I'm going to go Dugong. I feel cheating, like it's cheating, but Gengar and Alakazam. It's hard to get in an actual playthrough, but you know. Ninetales and Fearow, because I needed a flying type, and there aren't many. So, you know, that's fine. Then Gen 2, which is my favorite generation, we're doing Steelix, because Steelix is my favorite Pokemon. Well, one of my favorite Pokemon. Umbreon, because it's another one of my favorite Pokemon. Hitmontop, because I like Hitmontop. Ariados, because I like Ariados. I wanted to pick Houndoom, but I already had a Dark type, so I was like, that's fine. But I love Houndoom. Houndoom's one of my favorites. Feraligatr, because it's my favorite of the 3, I guess.
I'm surprised you didn't pick Heracross over Ariados.
Yeah, I really like Heracross. But I wanted to... I don't know. These are subject to change.
Yeah.
I really like Heracross. And Lantern. Even though I already picked Feraligatr. But I like Lantern.
I did not do a good job of making sure that I did not overlap types at all. Like, I tried not to overlap types, but I definitely overlapped types a couple times.
I'm going to do a terrible job of overlapping types. I'm just going to pick my favorites.
That's fair. So Gen 3, Sceptile, because I like all 3 of them very, very equally. It's just based on the day which one I feel like picking. Whenever I sit down, I'm like, I want to do a playthrough of Gen 3. It's just whichever one I feel like playing at the time. So I'm just going to go with Sceptile. Dusclops, because I like Dusclops. Gardevoir, because I like Gardevoir, and no, not because of that reason. I like Gardevoir because because Ralts is like the rare Pokemon from the first route, or technically the second route. Technically the third route, but you know what I mean. It's like the first like super rare Pokemon that you have to like dig for, and I always like doing that, so I just always end up using a Gardevoir.
I really like it because it's just saved me on so many playthroughs. Mm-hmm. A few Nuzlockes even, because I got super lucky with my Gen 3 one.
Sweet. Shedinja, because I love Shedinja.
I was thinking about putting Shedinja on mine.
I just love Shedinja.
I like Shedinja, but I can't justify putting it on my
I
team.
love Shedinja so much. There's a lot of water types I really like. I like Wailord. Gen 3 is one of those tough ones because I also wanted to pick all the Reggies. Because I really like the Reggies.
I mean, yeah.
But I ended up going with Relicanth because I think Relicanth is cool.
Also, we're purposefully saying they're legendary.
Yeah. And then the last one is Absol. Because Absol's cool.
Absol's
So Gen 4, Torterra, because Torterra is definitely my favorite. Bastiodon, because I really like Bastiodon. Frostlass, because Frostlass is one of my favorite Pokemon. Gliscor, because I like Gliscor. I was having a hard time picking a water type, so I went with Lumineon. And then Miss Magius, I ended up going with. I was between Miss Magius and Drifblim. Gen 5 is the only generation I never beat. So I just picked Pokemon that I like, generally speaking. I don't really like any of the starters, but Samurot's the least bad one, I guess.
The least bad.
Because the other ones are dumb. So, I really like Dweeble and Woobat, or Dwebble, sorry. I like Dwebble and Woobat. I don't know why I just like Dwebble and Woobat, because I think they're fun.
I like Dwebble too.
And so I went
I
with,
like Dwebble. I really like Crustle, honestly. Like, I
Yeah.
think Crustle's design, like, yes, it's derpy, but I think it's a fun derpy.
Yes.
And it
lasagna
looks,
crab.
honestly, I don't think it was, I think of
Lasagna.
Minecraft first, whenever I see it.
Lasagna
First thing I think
crab.
of is Minecraft.
I love it.
No, you know what? If I do another playthrough of that game and I have a Crustle, I'm naming it Minecraft.
I love it.
Oh my goodness, how could I forget?
And then, so I got Swoobat and Crustle. I also really like Escavalier. I just think Escavalier's cool. Golurk, because Golurk's cool, and then Sawsbuck, because I like the idea of the different seasons.
Yeah, I love the seasons of
If you're watching this in post, just feel free to skip ahead.
Yes.
To,
skip ahead to the timestamp that we're probably not listing.
Yeah, why did you do this to me? Now I feel like I have to list it, even though I'm not going to.
You don't have to.
I'm not
put
going
it in
to.
the,
Just look for when things start happening on screen.
Yeah, just scrub.
Also when sound starts happening, but I guess you can't scrub for that. So
Just like, say that you'll link it in the description and then put a hyperlink to the Never Gonna Give You Up music video.
I love it.
Just Rickroll.
Oh man. Anyway, I actually kind of like that song too.
I do too.
It's not a bad song.
Gen 6, I remember the least. And also, they didn't add that many Pokemon to it, so I just went with stuff. I ended up picking Chestnut, and I freaking hate Chestnut. Chestnut is stupid, so I'm very sad that I picked Chestnut when I was playing it. So I ended up going with Delphox, because... what's the other one? Greninja? Greninja's cool, but also feels like cheating, because Smash. So...
I like Greninja. That is the one that I picked, and it was before they announced Greninja and Smash anyway, so...
Yeah, I feel like it's
But
cheating.
I really hate Ash Greninja.
Okay, and then Delphox, Tyrantrum, because I think Tyrantrum's cool. Aegislash feels like cheating, but I'm going to pick Aegislash because Aegislash is cool. I was having a really hard time picking stuff. I ended up going with Meowstic because Cat. I ended up going with Hawlucha because Quetzalcoatl from Fate.
It is definitely Quetzalcoatl from Fate.
It is.
Understandable.
And then I went with Trevenant because
That
Spooky
is
Tree.
so accurate. Holy heck.
And then I went with Trevenant because Spooky Tree.
Of course.
If you play through that game again, you need to name your Hawlucha Quetzalcoatl.
Yeah.
That is so accurate.
Isn't it?
It is so accurate.
And then I went, and then so Gen 7, Incineroar, because Incineroar is awesome. And I picked Incineroar, I picked Litten because Litten is adorable. And I was like, ooh, kitty, because I like cats. So I picked Litten, and then Incineroar happened, and I was like, I'm okay with this. He looks a little derpy, because he looks kind of like a cross between, he looks like Tony the Tiger, but you know, that's fine.
He looks like Tony the Tiger and Hulk Hogan has
The thing is, he looks a little bit top heavy. Like,
Yeah,
he
you know.
skipped leg day and only did weights.
Yeah, he's like Mike Hagar.
Yes, he is
He's
like
Mike Hagar, and then he's got the double lariat.
That's true. He does.
He does have
He
double-
does have the double lariat. This is not wrong.
I don't play Mike Hagar in Marvel vs. Capcom, but that's okay. I could if I wanted to, I just don't.
I just don't want to.
Yeah, because I got my characters that I like. So, Mimikyu, because Mimikyu's awesome. And I always get that song stuck in my head for the Japanese trailer for the games where they had Pikachu Janai Mimikyu Desio.
I forgot about that.
And then Serena, because I had Serena in my team when I played through the game, because I did the in-game trade for it. I had a rock type. My rock type was Alolan Golem. And then now I think about it, I probably should pick a Alolan Pokemon. Which means I have to redo my entire team. Because when I was going through the list on the Pokemon website, it didn't show the Alolan forms. Which means I need to get rid of a bunch of things so I can make room for Alolan Ninetales. Oh my goodness, he has arrived!
Only 17 minutes late.
Good boy.
It's okay, we're doing the stream, we're talking about Pokemon. I made a list of my favorite Pokemon from each generation. And the two of them did that too.
I'm still working on it.
So
I did it first.
I wrote, yeah, he did it first, and then I wrote down so I wrote down Lycanroc because Lycanroc's cool. Araquanid because I used an Araquanid, and Ribombee because I was trying to find a 6th Pokemon. And Ribombee's okay. He's got a little scarf. And it reminds me of Amber from Refractory 4. So,
I feel like every single generation I've included at least one Little Cup Pokemon and a bunch of top tiers.
It's kind of what it looks like over there.
No, you don't understand. Look at this.
He's making a list for like all of the stuff on Pokemon Showdown. So he's just making his teams on Pokemon Showdown, which is fair. And then last but not least, I literally just did my team from when I played through Sword and Shield, which I played Shield. No, I played Sword. And I literally just made my team, except for the fact that I had a Steelix because I liked Steelix. So I just replaced Steelix with Hatterene because I had Hatterene for a hot minute before I got a Steelix. Before I got a Steelix. And so I got Cinderace because Fire Bunny. And also I don't like monkeys, and Inteleon's design is stupid. Grapploct because Grapploct is awesome. Alcremie because Alcremie is awesome. Polteageist because Polteageist is awesome. Flapple because Flapple is awesome. And Hatterene because it's not Steelix. So
I love how that is your reasoning.
yeah, I mean, otherwise I used a Steelix. So
I also just did my team from Shield as my team for that gen.
Yeah.
So I actually really like how my team turned out in that game.
Also,
which is weird because I really did not like how my team turned out in both X and Y and Sun and Moon.
All right. Anyway, with that, all that said, we're ready. Woo! Things are changing, so we can continue. Woo! All right. So how's it going? I'm BrawlerClaws 67. Over here is
Block Koopa.
and
Not BrawlerClaws 67.
fair enough. And
Hi, Tyson.
woo, I'm Dyson. The person who's not BrawlerClaws 67 is also known as Champion and Bloom.
Woo.
And I expect that you're going to change your Discord tag to not BrawlerClaws 67. While he pulls up Discord.
Rolls up Discord on his phone.
Yes. Yes, I want to resume from here. Thank you. So last time we were looking for Snake, who's disappeared.
Well, there's no
And we
point
gave
standing
up.
around.
Oh, it's going to make us save from... Oh, it's reloading us from this point. Okay.
Might as well.
That's fine. So we opened up... Oh, so I'm just going to skip
No,
through this
it-
because
let's just-
it's skip... No, wait a
No,
minute.
Yeah, we
Oh, I'm freaking dumb. That's okay, we'll go back.
we could just read it.
Blog. So anyway, yeah, last time we couldn't find Snake. He disappeared, and Clover's very upset about it. But we were running out of time,
Made a
and
lot
so
of
we're
Metal
going.
Gear Solid references.
Yes, and then we went through door number. It was 7, and
Indeed.
we are now in a area that looks like a operating room. All right, so there's no point standing around. Might as well go see what's waiting for us.
Not only
Grab the
does
brass
it look like an
knob.
operating room, but it says operating room.
It does. And slowly open the door. The creak of the hinge sounded like the groan of an old woman. Ugh, what's wrong? It's nothing. A chilled snake
chill
its way
snakes down his
down
spine.
his
Too
spine.
soon.
Yeah,
Too
man.
soon.
I'm not talking about snakes. Let's just go. Quickly, he gathered what courage he could and took the first step into the room. Sim followed, Clover right behind him. Now we're in here. Huh? Okay. Part of the room just past the door is obscured by a
What the hell is
screen.
this?
Why don't we take a look?
Hey, Clover.
Clover's curiosity got the better of her, and she darted past Junpei to peer around the screen. Scream nearly blew out Junpei's eardrums.
Clover!
Ian 7 ran towards Clover to see what had frightened her.
Hey, what's wrong?
Around the screen, cause of her outburst is immediately clear.
Uh-oh,
What the
body's
hell is
discovered.
this?
A body has been discovered.
After a certain amount of time, which
Okay,
you
anyway.
can use however
this
you
your
like.
We're referencing Danganronpa. Because that's the game we played.
As
before
we
this one.
usually do.
Yes. Is this a corpse? Okay, go ahead and, if you don't mind, because you have headphones plugged in, check to see how the volume is of the stream.
Oh, sure. Why not? Hang on.
Well, it should be fine because we tested it via recording before starting the stream, the first stream, but I want to make 100% sure it's still live. Is this a corpse? Something looks kind of like human, lying across some sort of
It looks
bed.
like a mannequin.
It's obvious, yeah. No, not a bed. An operating table.
It looks like a mannequin.
Yeah, you know. Table set.
You said.
Huh? Mannequin? Yes, it's a mannequin.
What do you mean?
It's good? Cool. The music
What do you
isn't.
mean?
We're not
In,
overpowering the music.
Spear Hunter
It's not
and
overpowering
Yes,
this.
yeah, we're fine.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Is anyone in chat? No? Okay, well, somebody join chat so we can watch.
And if you're watching this in the future, comment your Pokemon teams.
Yes, comment your favorite Pokemons. The table sat on a rusty steel lift, like a cluster of bright operating lights shone down on it from the ceiling.
We should probably take a closer look. Yeah.
Slowly they approached. It got closer to the body, became clear it wasn't a body at
This
all.
is... What the
I
hell?
can tell at a glance.
It's just a huge doll or something.
Yeah.
Doll?
Yes.
Clover did not look terribly comforted. Slowly she approached the operating table and looked as intently as possible from as far away as possible at the thing.
Thing.
You know the thing. Phew.
You know the thing.
Jupe can see to
Is that what
relax.
you're referencing?
That's what I was referencing. You're right, it's only a doll.
It really scared me.
You know what he was referencing?
I didn't hear God.
I said, you know the thing. It's your boy Biden. You know the thing.
He was making fun of the...
You remember that, right?
No.
You don't remember this? He was starting to reference the
He was starting to
the
quote
Consti-
the Declaration of Independence.
yeah.
All men and women created by you know the thing.
I do not remember this.
What?
I
Okay.
wish I did.
We'll have to show you the clip later.
Yeah. So it really scared me. She heaved a great sigh of relief and wiped a few drops of sweat from her forehead. Seven smirked.
Guess it would be weird if you actually
It's
had
a man.
It looks like a mannequin.
Well,
It looks like something that you'd use to practice operating on.
Wait, what? I missed it. Man, it really scared me. Well, I guess it would have been weird if you had
What?
actually had.
What?
I don't
Shut
care.
it! Don't you start with me, fatty.
Oh, what's this? You want a piece of me, shortstop?
Oh yeah, they were arguing.
Yeah, they were.
Hey, guys, not again, okay? Seriously, knock it off.
Yeah.
Jeez. Anyway,
Huh?
looks
That
like
was
he's
not
got
the time
something
for
to
this.
you
Okay.
could
Anyway,
see a
yeah.
little more of. I'm talking about a heart.
Oh snap!
Oh, this? You mean on his chest? Yeah.
Well, higher than normal for a human body, from the shape of the organ, there can be no doubt it was a heart.
Why would there be a heart in a doll?
I don't think it's a doll.
Do you think maybe it's like a medical mannequin or something?
I would
Yes.
assume.
Maybe it's got more personal uses.
7.
7.
7.
7.
Clover glared at him. That's fair. Anyway, how about we look around this?
Understandable.
Sure thing.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, so many camera angles.
There's a lot of camera angles in this level. Holy heck. Seek a way out. Alright, guys. Where's our operating room? So, first thing to look at is obviously the menu. These dolls are really kind of creepy, you know? Hey, it says something here. John. You think that's this doll's name? Maybe? This thing is creepy. I wonder why it's on the bed. I don't know. Let's look at it.
Maybe it's a person.
Hey, I wonder what this thing is.
Not a person.
It says KG on the display. Maybe it's a scale? Maybe a scale. Let's look at the bed. Operating table. Do you think old operating tables look like this? I have no idea. What about this one here? White cloth. White cloth. Okay, we don't need to know about the white cloth. What about a type? Okay, no, not next time. Let's look at this. Okay, bowl. No, never mind. Uses for surgery, right? Let's see. Syringes, cups, a plate. There's a sort of scissor thingy.
Scissorish thingy.
Scissorish thingy.
Yes.
We're supposed to. Are we supposed to? I'll try to click on the scissors. It's not really. One looks kind of like a pair of scissors. I don't know. I'm trying to click on the pair of scissors, but it's not letting me. There we go. Are those scissors? They look kind of funny. No, it's probably a pair of Kosher forceps. Used during operations. They can hold blood vessels.
Why
I
are
don't
these
need to
people?
know
Why
about
do these
this.
people know
I
so
don't
much about
like.
Why do people know so much about stuff?
Dude, I don't know, man. What's this thing? It's these short iron legs. Maybe it's a heater? Something inside. Oh, okay, huh?
There's now as I climb in.
Like, oh, there's light bulb.
Oh.
Oh, hi.
Oh.
Another mechanical mannequin. It looks like it. This one's a chick. Medical. That's what I meant to say. She has a name on it too. Lucy. Poor thing. Looks like this Lucy only has a head and a left arm. And we're supposed to gather all her parts. She has a scale too, some kind of device. It's a scale. Whoops. And then the bed. Doesn't look very comfortable. I agree. It's a good thing you don't need to sit on it. There's a thingy. Guys, this is a fake torso. Ew, that's gross. This thing. Woman's chest. The heart's gone, but it's pretty hot. I think you're a real creep. Yeah, I agree. Freaking.
Excuse me, Alex.
I didn't say it. Seven said it. Seven said it.
Needs to. Man, it's
7. Do you need some time alone?
it's all the pervs that are the ones that are just really knowledgeable about random things.
I know. It's
First it was June.
now it's 7.
Now it's 7.
And we were supposed to heat something like this gauze to kill the bacteria. There's a boily thing over there. It's not like on the lid or in the drawers.
That's the technical term.
This boily thing is the technical term.
And the scissory-ish thing.
Scissor-ish thing is the technical term.
That is the technical term.
Medicine bottles, medical words I don't understand. Cool. There's a desk. The door's empty. Bed. Okay, well, don't care about that. There's a thingy. Medical mannequin with its guts showing. Ew, gross. Hey, Junpei. There's a slit in this thing's chest. Yeah, sure is. Something there. Maybe we can get it out. Grrr. Stinking thing won't budge. It's stuck. Would you prefer me to just say grunt? Well, I guess you can't use force on this one then. We need something small that can fit in the hole. Guess what? We have a thingy. We have a fake organ. Took organ thingy out of the chest thingy. That's a lung, not an organ thingy. Huh? This part here on the back, it's all rubbery. You're right. So it's a fake organ? Of course it'd be... Wait, what's 7 grabbing it for? Hey, it feels like there's something there. You think we can cut the rubber part? Well, we need some sharp thingy in order to cut.
To be one on the
Yeah, there's gonna be stuff on here. That's a lot of surgery stuff. Some scalpels, some forceps, a couple cinders, all progressively useful. There's a scalpel here that looks brand freaking spanking new. Let's look at it. Scalpel. It's not rusty. Well, it looks a little rusty. But not as rusty. There's a reason it's there. Let's do this. We got an organ key. There's this key in this organ. Found a key in an internal organ. Okay. Cool. Okay, guys, we can go left or we can go right.
2 adventures.
2 adventures always go left.
Let's do it.
Preparation.
Cool, it's unlocked. Oh, we used the key to unlock
Is that
it.
what it says?
Preparation room? Oof. No,
Doesn't
maybe
really look like an R.
it looks like an L. No, I can kind of see it. No, it's this. It looks more like an F or an L. So somebody in the creating of the game in Japanese messed up and wrote an L instead of an R. I think. Hooks. There we go. There's a bunch of hooks.
Some things just seem like they're pretty hard to tap on.
Yeah, a little bit. It's a lot easier to tap on stuff in the DS version.
I imagine.
See if, piece of paper. What's this? Some kind of medical record. New materials have been added to the file screen. I don't remember what button opens the file screen. I found it. Medical record. Ground preparation 2. It has records for 2 mannequins. A male mannequin named John, a female named Lucy. The record shows each mannequin's total weight and the weight of their individual parts. Okay. What the heck are you doing? You want to get out of here? I'm tired. Are we there yet?
Like, I understand being tired because you guys have kind of been up all night. But like, now is not the time. You're on. Yeah, you're on the time. What?
We found a beaker. Whoa, lasers! Laser! 4 different lights. Does it react to something when the lights light up?
He didn't react. The Sonic fan didn't react.
Yeah. Because we do it all the time. He's used to it by now.
That's funny.
Sync. Nothing suspicious here. Okay. They're these things though. It won't open. It's like it's locked. Red plate. You need something? This one has a blue plate. Not opening. Locked, of course. Blue plate. Seems suspicious. Dang, it's not opening. Won't even budge. Got this purple plate on it. Okay, cool. Let's see if this door is open. What's this? A light switch? Doesn't seem to be working. Man, what? There's another one of these symbols on it, and I don't remember which one it is. It's locked.
That one, I think I looked it up, and I think that's Jupiter.
Cool.
Because I actually have another game that uses
Jupiter
those.
already. I don't know. We gotta go back though, evidently. So we're going right this time.
I looked it up after to look it all.
Where are you going? Just the door we came through. Only thing out there is another door. Pretty sure no one will tell you that it's a one-way deal, so you're saying there's no point in going back there, huh? And they're nodding. Awesome. Awesome, it's unlocked. There's the chemical room. Okay, oh gosh. There's a note on the table. It says iron 1, salt 2, water 3, carbon dioxide question mark, ammonia question mark, ethanol question mark. What do you think it's hinting for? Maybe it's got something to do with this box. Blue liquid. Inside the bottle, what you're pointing some. I don't see reason not to, so I think it's bright blue. You think it's alien blood? Where the heck did that come from? What do you think it is, 7? I don't know, some sort of special bath soap? What a boring guess. That's fair. And a red liquid. There's something inside that bottle. Why don't you try pouring it out? Why not? It's bright red. You think it's blood? No, blood's thicker than that. What is it? Beats me. Well, thanks. Okay, there's a box. It's locked with a keypad. You can only enter 3 numbers. E for entry, C for clear. Yep, I know. Let's give it a shot. I don't know the answer, so we're not going to do that. You can try 999. The passcode. How much more obvious can you get? Oh, it's going to make us try it, so we're going to try it. We're going to try it. It didn't work. It was worth a shot. Something stinks. Coming from this bottle, it says NH3. Well, that of course stinks. It's ammonia. Okay. Ammonia? I don't know. Oh, good stuff. Let's go for a drink. What are you talking about? Talking about that bottle. It says C2H5OH, right? Ethanol. That's right. It's also known as ethyl alcohol. It's pretty much what booze is made out of. So you're gonna drink it? Thoughts? Nah, might say what's on the label, but there could be anything in there. That's fair. Hey Junpei, there's dihydrogen monoxide on the shelf. I know you should say water.
Dihydrogen monoxide.
You guys have heard that joke before, right?
Did you know that the government is secretly putting dihydrogen monoxide in all of our water?
No, really?
Guys, did you know that every single person who has ever drank dihydrogen monoxide has died at some point? Has died after drinking it?
No kidding.
Yeah.
So is everyone that hasn't.
I mean, I haven't, but
What?
I haven't died. So
Oh, I thought you said you haven't drank water. It lasted this long.
Anyone in the chat? No. Anyone in the chat? You gotta keep the chat open. You gotta stop putting your phone in your pocket. There's a spray with the nozzle. It says CO2. It was spilled carbon dioxide. Hey Junpei, you think there are any slugs on the ship? Well, of course there are. If there are, I was thinking we could put salt on them. What's she pointing at? Label says NaCl. Salt, huh? You think 7 will shrivel up when we put it on him? Hey, can you say something? No. There's a bottle of iron powder on the shelf. How do you know it's iron? Ooh, it says Fe. That stands for iron. Also stands for iron.
Why?
I mean, it does.
It does.
It's not capitalized.
No, it's not. Guess what, guys? We have a red and a blue liquid.
Yeah.
And there's a beaker.
Okay.
Hey, it turned red. Forget about that. What did you just hear in this now?
It's a beacon. Like in Minecraft.
Oh, there's a leg.
The leg.
Big right leg. It's a woman's foot, but dang, doesn't look hot at all. Have you kind of think through? No, that's crazy. Sure, acting kind of shady. Man, 7, you need a freaking stop, please.
7.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this again. Do you need some time alone?
Yes, we're just gonna. Yeah, you can. Okay. Blue. It's blue now. You heard another noise.
That's my attack.
What's that? Oh yeah. Duh. Right. I'm blue. I was gonna say I'm blue dabba dee dabba die, but do you think I'm better? What? Do you think my legs are skinnier?
What?
Clover, stop.
Clover,
encouraging.
don't encourage it.
Yeah, please. And guess what, guys? We also can do this.
Combine it to purple.
Not that.
No.
Not that, not that. This.
There we are.
I thought it was gonna go up and to the left, and it didn't. Oh, it's not working.
Didn't you have to do both of them individually?
Probably.
That's not how volume works.
No.
It's fine though. I get it. Find the red and the blue to make purple. Good job, Junpei. Sure, it's unlocked. Lock row purple gate has got to be unlocked. Alright, let's see what happens.
I wonder what happened after all the commotion about unlocking the purple gate.
I bet it unlocked. It's got a
Whoa, it unlocked.
fake stomach.
It's got a nose.
It looks like a nose. It
Yeah.
looks like a nose from WarioWare.
Yes.
That's no nose. It's a stomach. Oh, they think it's a nose too. It's a stomach.
Hey.
Tap 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 tap. Hey, that ain't a drum, kid. Okay. Cool.
Alright, we got
A
legs
little
and
taparino.
Tap tap taparoo. Okay. Does anyone, you guys get that joke? It's from Happy Gilmore.
Just tap
Please
it in.
tell me you guys have seen
Just
Happy
get a
Gilmore.
little tappy tap.
Have neither of you seen Happy Gilmore?
I've seen bits and pieces.
It's an Adam Sandler movie that you actually do need to see. I know Adam Sandler
How do
isn't
I-
always known for making the best of movies.
Okay, how do I go about
But
putting
Happy
the
Gilmore is an exception.
how do I go about putting the pieces on the
I think he might
do I need to do it in order or something? Do I need to do the
Maybe-
torso first?
Yeah, put the chest on first, maybe. Oh, maybe.
Oh, we have to find the arm. We have to find the other arm. So we have. It's gonna have to be in this room, right?
There's a person in chat other than myself.
Hey, hi, person in chat. What's your favorite Pokemon? I'm assuming it's in here. In which case,
Look, his favorite Pokemon's in there.
that's what I meant to say.
Assuming they play Pokemon.
Exactly. So we need to figure out
What is their
about. We don't know yet. They haven't put anything in chat. They're just watching.
Oh, okay.
We need to see iron, salt, water, carbon dioxide, ammonium, ethanol. So we need to figure out what we're doing here. Medical record. Medical record. We need to know about
Alright, so we had.
ammonium, NH3,
So 3,
H2O, which is water,
Okay.
NaCl.
salt.
Fe is iron. Yeah, I want to stop looking at the thing. I want to look at this one. So we need water. Yeah, 1 is iron. Salt is 2. Water is 3. So I bet it's I think I know. I think I know the puzzle. I want to see if you guys can figure it out though, because I don't want to just tell you.
There was a liquid bottle of iron. What was the other stuff on the list? I already forgot.
It's carbon dioxide, ammonium, ethanol, salt, and water.
Carbon dioxide is
Is it the number of different compounds
CO2.
used to make it?
Hydrogen. In other words, ammonia is made of.
Yeah, the amount of atoms in there. Because iron just needs itself. Table salt or sodium chloride needs 2 of them.
Yeah, so the way this game does hints is if you keep examining things, characters that are important, characters will start getting more and more dialogue to kind of help explain it, which is a really good way to do hints.
And it was water that was 3, right? 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen.
Yep, he's got it. So carbon dioxide is 3, is it not?
I believe.
So it's carbon and
plus
2 oxides.
Yep.
2 plus 1.
Ammonium, I'm not sure.
Ammonia will not ammonia.
Ammonium is this one up here. It's ammonium, it's 4. So it's 3, 4, and then what's the last one? Ethanol, which is down. No, that's
no,
the
the
carbon
ethanol was
dioxide.
on the bottom shelf of the business.
H2O, right? Yeah, I know.
What did he say about 2 hot orphans?
Hold on a second.
what?
Hold on, I gotta find out. Is your head okay? I need to. Hold on.
Excuse me?
Is there a way?
It
Is there a way to
definitely
look?
just said something about 2 hot orphans.
Is there a way to look? Hold on. Flow, calc, file, item, speed up. There's no way to check.
Guess we'll never know.
Guess we'll never know.
Alright, yeah, the bottom center shelf had the ethanol because he was looking for alcohol.
No, that's the salt. Oh, the bottom down here.
Yeah, this one.
Right.
Scroll through the script.
C2.
We
H5.
could.
Oh gosh.
I am very concerned.
C2, H5, that's
7, 8, 9.
Yeah, 9.
So it's 3, 4, 9.
You know, I'm gonna strip through the stream.
Okay.
We're doing this again.
We're doing 3, 4, 9 while you're doing that. 3, because he really wants to know about hot orphans.
No, I want to know what he said about hot orphans.
Guys, it worked!
Because I am very concerned.
Okay, that's fair.
He said
Baker.
that H2O stands for 2 hot workers.
Oh, that's probably
Which
what
is really stupid.
Of course. It's common knowledge that it stands for 2 hot workers.
it is. Yes. Right arm is
Even though
kinda
it's
creepy.
H then the 2, so it's hot 2 organs.
Yeah. Fake heart.
No, it doesn't.
There's a heart. It's super creepy and ain't good for the heart. But
You think we should go back?
Yeah, I think that's probably best.
we're gonna go back. But we're not on the left. Junpei's like follow when she realized 7 wasn't following too.
Hey, 7.
Oh, well,
Junpei distractedly and then back down to the brown bottle he held, cupped in his large
Is that a
hands.
medicine bottle?
I got curious about it. Here,
Toss the bottle gently to Junpei. Caught it, twisted it around to read the label.
Ethylene diamine tartrate?
yeah, that's right. CDT.
What kind of medicine is that?
It's not medicine. I think it's an industrial strength detergent.
Why would they have something like that here?
Well, probably to clean stuff up.
What up?
Fuck if I know. Still, looks like it's cleaned my brain up.
You remember something?
Yeah.
No.
I would hope not.
Drink
We're gonna save though.
Do not drink bleach.
Dude, don't do that. Otto slowly and spoke.
Well, I remember a story about EDT. Happened about 50 years ago. There was this factory somewhere in America making big old EDT crystal. They were making it to sell as an industrial strength cleaner, like I told you before. But
Sounds like a good idea.
a year after the factory started up, something strange started happening with the crystals they were building. Water molecules started attaching themselves to the EDT crystals. This made them into a sort of mutation of the original crystals, called a hydrate.
Okay.
Once the crystals turn into a hydrate, though, it's useless as a cleaner. The factory had to just dump the crystals. As a hydrate, they were useless.
Okay.
But it didn't end there. After that day, the same thing started happening in EDT factories everywhere, even ones nowhere near that first American factory. They'd been making crystals the same way, the same materials and the same equipment and environment. Now,
Kinda sound
all
like
of a
the same
sudden,
thing that,
every
Lois was
single
talking about.
crystal they
Yeah.
formed turned into a hydrate.
But the water that
In fact, ever since that day, no factory anywhere has been able to make a pure EDT crystal.
What temperature?
96
degrees. It
Oh.
melts. Ever since that day.
Even in EDT research done years before, they'd never gotten a hydrate. After it happened at the first factory, it just spread. It was like, man, how do you say it?
Like the molecules were communicating with one another, transmitting information in a way humans couldn't perceive. This phenomenon spread throughout the world. Right.
Looked up at 7 with a half smirk. 7 stared at him
Yeah,
dumbfounded.
that's it exactly. But how did you know?
I heard another story, kind of like that one.
When?
In the freezer?
What?
Yeah, June told me.
Oh, June.
Oh,
said
June
it?
said it. Sorry. Yeah, my bad.
I thought it was Bluebird.
I thought it was Lotus.
Or Lotus. Huh?
No, Lotus was talking about the painting of the dog, and then another one of the lady. That was the one. That
That's
she was talking about. Yep, we told them how one they like glycerin. Excuse me, glycerin. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. And crystallized.
Siri, nobody asked.
And the story of the ice that wouldn't melt at room temperature. Guys, what's room temperature?
It's Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Fahrenheit.
I
32.
wonder what it
Or no, not room
Fahrenheit.
temperature. I was thinking freezing temperature. Oh, 96 degrees.
It's 96 degrees.
Sorry, I was.
He's distracted.
Yeah.
When GP was done, Seven looked awful and was
Do you want me to
trying to
put
learn.
this
Ice that
away?
doesn't
Oh,
melt at room
probably, yeah.
temperature, huh?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, hold up. I feel like I can remember something. It's right there.
in your hat.
Squinted, his eyes started staring off into space, and he was trying to desperately focus on something far away.
Does he know
I
about
feel like
Ice
it would be
Nine?
better to be specific in this case.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know about Ice 9?
Ice 9? Ice 9. Ice 9.
And he gives
Ice,
him a name.
ice, ice.
Baby.
I wasn't thinking of that. They just fist bumped.
I did it too. I said it a little bit quieter, but I said it too.
I didn't think of
That's
it.
it. I remember now. That woman, she's on this boat.
That woman?
Alice!
Who's Alice?
Come on, the woman who won't melt at room temperature.
Huh?
In clear to 7, the Junpei had no idea what he was talking about. Ran his head across his face and took a deep breath.
You know how the Titanic sank on April 15th, 1912, right?
Yeah. More than 1,500 people died. Worst maritime accident in history. What about it?
Did you hear about the boat that was sent to collect the dead bodies?
I think that was the RMS Carpathia.
How do you know this?
Just like the Titanic.
These people are very intelligent, apparently. They just know a lot of random facts.
Yeah.
No, that was the ship that picked up the survivors. The ship that collected the dead bodies was the CS McKay Bennett. The McKay Bennett showed up on April 17th, 2 days after.
Were you
the
like
accident.
there or something?
They set out from Halifax.
People know way too much
Canada,
about
recovered
way too
306
much.
bodies.
Yeah, I know.
These people are all like
They don't exact them
these
out.
people are all like history majors.
I know.
Yeah.
The Atlantic that
They're all
was
history
really cold. It would have to be for there to be icebergs and stuff.
Maybe that's what they all have in
The
common.
bodies they
They're
pulled
all
out of the
history
water were
majors.
frozen
Sam is
solid.
clearly a chemistry major.
Yeah.
7. Oh, that's true.
Oh man, he's a history and chemistry double major.
Yes. Clover just skipped a few
All
grades.
these
Yeah, Clover skipped a number of grades.
Clover either skipped a number of grades, or she just tagged along because Snake is in
all
college.
of these
True.
all of these people are college students graduating with a master's or PhD. That's
Yeah.
what I think is
I don't think that they're. I think that they're all in college. I don't think that all of them graduated college.
7 looks a little older.
Yeah, I guess 7 looks a little
Obviously,
older.
Ace
And
is.
then Ace is a little bit older.
Yeah, and Snake looks a little older too.
Wait, how old is 7?
He looks like in his 30s to me.
But like, wait, how old?
I would have said maybe 20.
They doesn't say.
Like
I
late
almost feel like
20s.
he's like 18.
None of the characters have their stated age.
I'm pretty
Other
sure it says
than-
all of them are in college, doesn't it?
I don't think so.
Except Clover?
I don't think so. Because Ace isn't. No, I didn't say anything like that.
Oh, I thought I remembered it saying something.
No, I don't think so. Anyway, the bodies were pulled out of the water, were frozen solid.
Story. So, what happened next?
Well, they say the McKay Bennett recovered something more than just dead
Chat,
bodies.
person respond to the chat.
Oh.
To our question.
No.
No, say something. Person in chat, we want to hear your voice. Or we want to read your text anyway. Tell me what your favorite Pokemon is or just how you're doing. If you've heard of the McKay Bennett before. Or if you know what a Funyun Rimpa is.
Yes.
Please
Tell us if you know what a fun you're in.
Please tell me you know the Funyun Rimpa.
We need to
Something more than just dead
There were
bodies.
various bits of stuff floating around in the water. Things the drowned had carried with them, or stuff that dislodged as the ship.
Okay.
One of the things they found was a coffin.
A coffin?
What?
Yeah, a wooden one. The craftsman who made it must have been pretty skilled. It wasn't just a wooden coffin. It was all wood, no nails, no reinforcements, no gaps in the wood anywhere. The thing was airtight. The crew got pretty curious about what might be inside it and opened it up. They had to get a wedge and hammer it open. So
Good sound effects.
inside, they found a woman. Or, I guess you should say, they found the dead body of a woman.
Huh.
Her hair was thick and black, and her skin rich brown with no blemishes or signs of decomposition. They say that she looked gorgeous, like a goddess. She was obviously dead, but everyone who looked at her said she just looked like she was sleeping. Her skin was so lifelike, she looked like she might wake up any minute. And she didn't. Like the rest of the bodies they found, she was frozen solid. Eventually, the McKay Bennett finished searching and returned to Halifax. The 306 bodies were unloaded and taken ashore. However, it was warm enough that they began to thaw. They say that the stink was horrible, but there was one body that didn't thaw, and that was...
The girl in the coffin.
That's right. Everybody thought for sure that she'd melt and start to rot like the rest of the women. But weeks passed and nothing happened. A month passed, and another. It was summer, and she was still frozen solid. After a while, people started to say she was some sort of miracle. Rumors about her started to spread. People came to visit Halifax from all over. After a while, people started to call her All Ice. Alice.
That
Of course,
is
those
the
rumors
dumbest
just
thing
exploded.
I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, she up and disappeared. One day Alice was there, the next day she wasn't. They say someone snuck into where they were keeping her and stole the body. With the body gone, the rumors followed pretty quickly. After a while, no one remembered her. You might be able to find something about her if you can find a newspaper from back then, but that's about it.
Wait, you just said that she was on this boat?
Yeah, I did. Alice has got to be somewhere on this ship.
Now, what the hell would you say something like that?
Because I know
And just what is it you know?
what happened to Alice after she was stolen.
Alright, tell me, what happened to Alice?
Okay. Man, we're calling something long buried.
Well, around that time, the word was that there was a special black market in New York. All millionaires from all over the world. I've heard that Alice went up for auction there. The person who won the auction was Lord Dashiell Gourdain. You've heard that name before, right?
Lord Gourdain. Oh, isn't he the guy who bought the Gigantic? The Titanic sister ship?
Yeah, that's him. Although I guess he hadn't done that yet.
What do you mean?
Gourdain bought Alice in 1912. 4 years later, in 1916, he bought the Gigantic, and he hid Alice somewhere on the Gigantic. But nobody knows where. He died in 1931, and apparently he died without ever telling anyone where Alice was hidden.
However, what?
Well, he did have one close friend who asked him, "Where is Alice?" And he said, "Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the Forest of Knowledge beneath the navel of the Gigantic."
What the hell is that? Is it some kind of riddle?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Your sense of
So that's it. Whatever you think, I believe it. She's hidden somewhere on the Gigantic. In other words, she's hidden somewhere on this ship.
Grab their bizarre claim. Just trying to figure out what on earth he was going to say next. Cloverfield voice pierced the room.
Hey, what are you two doing over there? Stop wasting time and get over
I
here.
agree with her.
That's fair.
Okay, we're coming.
Jeez.
But we're expositioning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jinbei.
so
No, I
anyway,
was-
that might be useful someday.
Maybe useful.
Don't
I
forget.
have a message from the mystery person. Unless you're the mystery person, is your phone? Are you connected to the stream?
No.
We're just talking to ourselves.
Yeah. Okay.
I can pull out the
Alice.
stream.
Huh. What you just heard? You trying to remember what June had told him earlier?
That mummy wasn't just a normal mummy. They say that she was frozen. The story says that from the time of its discovery, even though it was carried through the desert,
He never
Then
told
was
me.
that Egyptian priestess, Alice? Did the water in her body become Ice Nine?
Weird.
No, that's nuts. There's no way somebody like that could exist.
And it was clear. Followed them to the operating room. Oops, no, not you. Press that. Okay, guess what, guys? We have all the body parts now. Woo, body parts. Okay, so we collected all 6 parts of the mannequin. This one must be for Lucy, right? Seems like it.
So
All right.
there's only 2 people in chat. Are you sure that you were talking about yourself?
Well, it would be
No,
him.
no, there was two.
Now.
There was number 2 next to the icon.
Oh, now there's a 3.
What?
On mine.
It switched to 3, which means you joined.
Yeah, but it was 2 when I first joined.
Good for a second. Yeah, I think it's probably updating.
Maybe it's
Any objections? Let's put the stuff together. Combine. There she is. Hey, nothing happened. That's odd. Maybe it's the wrong weight? Yeah, you know the scale on the side of the bed, maybe. You get the scale to be a specific number? How are we going to do that? I think we're supposed to swap her body parts with John's. Okay, let's give it a shot. Operating instructions. The screen will display 2 medical mannequins. Switch the body parts by selecting which one you want to switch out. We've got to make the scale correct. But also,
what was correct?
we need to figure out
We
what...
need to make a match, or
No. If we knew the weight of each part, we could figure it out. On what we need to do this? There is the file number. Yeah, I want to know. I want to know more information. There we go. That's what we got.
Oh, Lucy was heavier.
yeah.
Is that you should pick? I'm just kidding. Cease. So we've got. Who wants to take a picture of this real quick? No. You could have just taken a screenshot of the screen.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's okay though. He's got a picture. All right.
I've got the approximate stuff.
So
All right.
we need to make their weights correct.
Okay. So what are their total weights?
John is 31.3,
And Lucy
and
is.
Lucy's 53.2. Sorry.
Okay.
I already know that one of the arms needs to be switched.
Yeah, the arms need to be switched.
Okay.
I think it would be the other way. I think it would be the other way. Because remember in the diagram, her arms.
It doesn't let you switch these ones.
Oh,
So it has to be that if they were switching arms.
well, I guess.
Parts are from her.
They're not. So. What a chest. No. Yes.
Stop.
52.
Legs. 51.3. He's only 0.5 off.
Switch the hearts.
And she's also only 0.5 off.
No. Switch the hearts. Hey!
Oh, hey-o.
Solved it. Just heard something. Came from John's operating table. Better check it out. Okay, let's go check it out then. Look at the scale. Okay, well, no. Huh? Look on the scale. Hey, it opened. I get it. It must have been because you matched their weight. Woo. No, let me click on the key, please. Jupiter key. You're right, it was Jupiter.
Hey-o.
Good job.
I have a good memory.
Okay, so where the key was, this way. Into the flipperation room.
Hey, hold on.
Well, hold on, I'm gonna save.
Yeah, hold on, you're both here. Hold on.
Hold on, yeah, you. Okay. To be stopped, let's put the key in.
Oh, what's up?
Where's Clover?
Huh?
She's nowhere to be
God
seen.
damn it. Where the hell did she go? Okay, just hold on a minute. I'll go get her.
Sure thing.
Left 7 at the door, headed back to the operating room.
She's being turned into a mannequin.
Found her standing next to the operating table, staring at the mannequin.
Clover, what's wrong? Come on, let's get out of here.
Didn't respond. She hadn't been standing up and breathing. Jupiter might have thought she was
What are you
dead.
doing? Did you want to come back here and say goodbye to John?
It wasn't the best joke, but it was something, an attempt to lighten the mood. She didn't laugh. She stood stock still and said nothing.
Hey, Clover, can you hear me?
Perhaps something he'd said, or perhaps it was something else. Something mouth open, and she whispered it in a dry, dead voice.
My brother might be dead.
Huh?
That's why we couldn't find him. If he's dead, I'm going to be next.
Suddenly, the operating room felt very, very cold.
What are you talking about? What's wrong with you?
Give her a small shake, but she didn't respond. Sounds grew heavier. What do we want to do? I already saved, so it's fine.
I think giving her 4 leaf clover is a better.
Wait, is it? What did Santa?
He said that he didn't like it because he represented stuff like luck and other. They had like each of the 4 clovers meant like a different thing.
That's right. And he was like, I hate all that stuff. Bah humbug.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna give her the clover.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't know why, but suddenly Junpei remembered something he'd been given earlier.
It's in my pocket somewhere. Here it is.
Reach his pocket and dig it out.
A 4-leaf clover.
Santa given to him in the second classroom. He held it out to Clover.
Hey,
So
did
yeah,
you
we
know-
wouldn't have been able to give her a clover if we didn't take it from Santa earlier.
Each leaf means something. Hope, faith, love, and luck. That's what a 4-leaf clover stands for. Take it. Use it as a good luck charm.
Press the 4-leaf clover into her
Listen
hands.
to me, Clover. No matter what happens, you can never lose hope. You have to remember
Now
what's
it's
most
starting to sound
important. And that's to have faith and to have love. If you can remember all of those,
It sounds like
that'll
Tiger
bring you
Bomb,
good
but the
luck.
background music reminds me of something from Iconoclasts.
Snake,
So this is
I mean,
weird.
your brother,
So this is weird.
he's not dead. He's alive somewhere. I'm sure of it. You've just got to believe in that.
You tried checking under that box.
Sarah, the 4-leaf clover in her hand. You see the tears start to form at the corners of her eyes.
Thank you.
It's tiny and broken as she spoke, started to cry. Tried to hide her tears by looking at the floor, but it did little good. Removed the tears, the baggy arms of her jacket, but more quickly took their place. She couldn't stop crying. Went circles on the floor.
Thank you.
Yay. She did her best to smile. Okay,
Oh, come on.
Yay.
7's waiting for us.
we're working together.
Wait, before we go, there's one thing I want to ask you.
Okay, well, let's save first.
What's that?
What? Do you bleed? Do you what?
What do you think when you hear the word experiment.
The moment his mind froze. He came back to his senses and realized the word meant nothing to him aside from the dictionary definition.
What?
Oh. I guess it was just a coincidence then. I mean, that you knew about the four-leaf clover.
Look, I'm sorry. I don't want to be a jerk, but you were making less than no sense right now.
Oh, no. It's nothing. Just forget about it.
Oh, don't give me that. You really think I could just drop this? What is this experiment you were talking about?
She looked away. Four-leaf clover was still in her hand. She stared at it for a long moment and then finally spoke.
Promise you won't tell anyone?
Cross my heart.
Really?
Really?
I can trust you, right?
Of course you can.
Really?
You can't finish the phrase.
Really?
You can't finish the phrase. He doesn't mean it. It's not hard. Hold it
Yeah, he
down.
doesn't
Stick a
know.
needle in
He
your
doesn't know.
Slipped into her pocket. Still red from crying, she looked at
Okay,
Junpei.
then. I'll tell you.
Guys, we're getting more
Tell you what
exposition.
happened on this
More.
ship 9 years ago.
How do
Wait,
you know
on
this?
this
Wait, you
ship?
told us to stop messing
The
around.
ship.
He was entirely lost. He had 1,000 questions, but it's probably best that he thought to save them until she was
As an
finished.
experiment to test some sort of psychic thing. Communicating through these fields that you can't see.
Fields that you can't see?
He heard something like that before. He
Like,
nodded.
think about this.
One at the operating table. Top was a somewhat mismatched medical mannequin whose parts had been swapped with another mannequin.
This is John, right? But is he really John?
Yes.
Huh? She had finally completely lost it.
Oh, are you gonna start doing that thing where it's like if you take all the parts off of a ship and replace them, it's literally the same ship? Don't do that.
I hate that. Because I know
Or the
exactly
ship
what
of Theseus?
Or the ship of Theseus.
Um,
I'm assuming that's what that means.
Yes.
And more confused. He had never heard of either things, although they sounded smart.
Yeah, I do
don't
not
know.
like that because
You haven't heard of those paradoxes?
it's.
I haven't heard of any of these paradoxes.
I've heard of it as a hammer.
We're gonna explain it.
I've heard
No.
of it as a hammer, and I don't like it because I have my exact answer for it.
Well, we're gonna explain it so that we're all on the same page. Well, she's gonna explain
Really?
it.
Okay, well pay attention then.
okay.
Let's say I've got a pair of socks. They're my favorite socks. One of them gets a hole in it. What would you do if that was your sock, Junpei?
Well, I guess I'd patch it up.
Deal.
Well,
We tried.
I'm sorry.
Alright,
Wait,
What's that?
what do you think?
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
I guess,
hearing about
I
this
mean,
experiment.
oh,
What is... Cross... Really? Of course.
okay, I'll tell
One
you.
mashing ensues.
Like,
these questions kept
this is, but
Yes.
What does this have to do with psychics? What does the ship of Theseus have to do with being psychic, though?
I don't know. We're gonna find out.
okay. What
Okay.
would you do if that was your sock, Junpei?
Are we gonna
If it
patch
was-
it up or throw it
I
away?
Me, I would throw it away,
I would
but
toss
it
it.
is talking about
If it's your favorite.
your favorite.
Well, I mean, I
Pair of
am,
socks?
I am cheap.
I would toss my favorite pair of socks.
I am cheap.
What if it was your favorite shirt?
So I'll probably patch it up.
I would patch it up.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
We're patching it up. I mean, I know where this is going anyway, so I know that the correct answer is patching it up.
Yeah.
So we're gonna patch it up.
Well, I guess I'd patch it up, get some cloth, and close up the hole.
But what
So
if
backtracking
another
was
hole
pointless.
I know.
Evidently, yes, but we had to know what the options were.
What if another hole opened after that?
Another patch, I guess?
Well, let's say you just keep adding new patches until eventually the original cloth of the sock is totally gone. Once you get to that point, can you really say they're the same socks you started with?
Well, that's tough.
Cross his arms.
So, that's the locked socks
For
thing?
me,
Yeah,
I
the
know
ship
the
of
answer.
Theseus is a lot like it.
I don't think there is the
The
answer
ship
for this.
of Theseus.
well, I have an answer for it.
If you keep fixing the damaged parts of a ship, eventually it ends up with none of the parts it started with. Can you really say that ship is the same one you started with?
May I
And what
answer
if you
that?
took all the old parts from the first ship and built another one somewhere else? Then which ship is the real ship of Theseus? The one you repaired, or the one you built with all the original parts?
It's an interesting question. Go ahead and tell us what the answer to this question is.
So my answer is yes, it is still the same ship. Yes, it is still the same sock.
Because
when you add a patch or change out a part, I've heard this with a hammer. So like, say the hammer head pops off the handle. So you throw away the handle, you get a new handle, you attach it. That is now the new identity of that old hammer with the new part. It's the same hammer just with a new part, but that is now the new identity of the hammer.
okay.
And so now if you have to change it again, that's the new identity.
What if the hammerhead is the thing that breaks?
And then if you have a new handle, but then the old hammerhead, and the hammerhead falls off, you put a new hammerhead on it, the old handle, or the new handle, is now part of the identity of the original
Yeah,
handle.
but it's not the original handle.
But it is the new identity
No,
of the
you
handle.
just said we replaced it. We just
Yeah.
established that we replaced the original handle.
Yeah.
Was the first part that broke.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, the old handle is now handle is now in the trash and is no longer part of the identity of the
The
handle.
only way that it can still be the identity of
I can see where you're coming from, but I don't know if I agree.
the only way
I agree with your first part, but I always get confused by the second part of the ship of Theseus.
The second part where you rebuild the
You
ship.
rebuild
But
the
isn't the point of you removing the old parts is because the old parts are no longer able to make a ship? Because they're all broken? But you can use old scrap. It's the same thing as recycling.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to be changing the composition or the design, at least, of the old scrap, because
Not necessarily.
well, if a part of a ship is broken,
Dude, it's just a
remove
theory.
that part-
It's just a
and
paradox
if you remove
theory.
that part of the ship because it's broken, then you can't make a new ship out of the broken part because it's broken.
I just don't.
Let's just say, for paradox's sake, that you can.
I just don't think. I think that something is the original thing up until it's not the original. So like with the hammer thing, if the stick is new but the head is old, okay, it's still the hammer just repaired.
Yeah.
But the second the head breaks, you gotta replace the head. Now it's no longer the original hammer.
I understand that. I just disagree. I think that as soon as if you change out a part, that new part becomes part of the identity of the old tool.
What do you think, person in chat?
I think they left.
No, they're still here.
Oh, nice.
Oh great, let me see.
That's what I think. That's the way I see it. And so,
Oh shoot, I was gonna text.
unless you're changing out
Whatever.
every single part all at once, it's still the identity remains the same. But if you're changing out all the parts at the same time, you're not changing out parts. You're just giving a new thing. That's how I see it.
Do I not have his number?
Nick, what do you think?
Personally,
Give a reason.
I would say that the reconstructed ship is the original one, because I see where you're coming from, but I don't quite think I agree. Because I like to equate it with losing a limb on your body and replacing it with a prosthetic. That prosthetic is not part of you. Is not really part of you, and in my opinion, at least, doesn't assume part of your identity. Now, again, I see where you're coming from with that, and I respect your decision. I'm not going to argue with it.
I
I'm just
would
going to say
say-
I think about it a little differently.
I would say that if you did get a prosthetic limb, then that kind of would be part of your identity.
But it would be part of your
Like, yes, it wouldn't be the same as the original, but it's still part of your identity.
Well, again, things can become part of your identity, but still not be the original part of you.
Yeah.
And so, again,
Guys, I was gonna say the same thing. There's another similar version of this paradox that is more realistic, which is the fact that every single day you're shedding skin cells that die off. So after a certain amount of time, all of the cells that were like originally your part of you have been replaced with new ones. So technically, the humans go through this all the time.
wait, so
Don't do this to me. I already stayed up several sleepless nights thinking about this.
So does that
Sorry.
mean that I'm not the original me?
That's the question.
Yeah.
Hold on, time out.
Yeah,
It's an existential quandary.
Yeah, I think I had an identity crisis at one point while thinking about this.
Wait, that means that I'm never.
I do.
Unless you take his perspective.
Yeah.
Unless you take his perspective.
My perspective lets you still be able to say that that you're you.
What was that?
You were you when you were born, but you were
So anyway,
What does it mean?
Clover could see Junpei was intrigued.
Hey, do you think it's the same?
What's the same?
These guys. Is this John or is it Lucy now?
Look at the operating table again.
It's juicy.
John Luke's leaving. Hi, Tyson's gone. Full body parts from a different body. Clover having right. Just like those two things. The part of the body that hold the person is in is the head. Of course, many hundreds of years, conventional wisdom held that the man's identity resided in his heart or any number of internal organs. And here they had
John's
both.
head and heart are both his, but apart from those and a single arm, the rest of his body was Lucy's.
Was the mannequin really John?
We're just like these mannequins. Think about it. The cells in our body change.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Okay.
She was gonna say it anyway, apparently. I forgot.
Maybe part of my arm is made of stuff from a fish I ate once.
I don't know about
Maybe part
that.
of your right side is made from a cow you ate. If you take it a little further, those cows and fishes are made from something else too, right? That's how we're all connected.
Please, Clover, I don't need
Fields
another
that
existential
can't be
crisis.
seen with the naked eye.
Seven broke our silence.
Hey, what the hell is taking you two so long?
We're talking about secrets, and you're not allowed to listen, so shoosh.
They're trying to figure out who we
You
are.
realize that this is the exact same thing that she did before.
I know, right?
How long are you
You
gonna make me
stopped
wait?
us to have an
We don't have
to
time
have
to
a
screw
philosophical debate, and then she ran and said, "What's taking you two so long?"
It is the exact same thing.
It's the
You're correct.
exact same.
It makes you feel any better, John. I think your organs are still the same. They've just grown.
Are they? Because even the lining in my stomach sheds every couple of weeks. So,
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Insiders.
I don't know how it works, man. Junpei and Clover look at each other, look to see as if there was something more she wanted to tell him. She shook her head. Whatever she had to tell him, she didn't want to say it in front of Seven. Seven seemed to catch on.
What were you two doing? Was this some sort of secret meeting?
No, it wasn't. We were just
Just,
playing with the mannequins.
huh?
Let's go, Junpei.
Moving a little bit too fast for it to be entirely innocent. She headed towards the exit. Started after, then turned to Junpei with an amused expression.
Playing with mannequins, huh? Didn't know you were into that kind of thing.
Seven. Junpei dashed past him and traced Clover's path out of the door. The short laugh, Seven followed. Stood in front of the door.
Alright, I'm gonna open it now.
You don't need to keep asking, just do it.
Fine then.
hey, one quick question. What was her secret? Because I know she talked about a theory, but she never said. Did she ever say what the secret was?
She was starting to talk about the psychic thing,
Yeah.
Ah.
And then we got cut off.
and then we got cut off before she could connect it to the.
Whatever this experiment she was talking about.
Yeah, we got cut off before she was able to connect this experiment with the lock
Yeah.
socket.
Gosh, maybe half of her brain and half of her brother's brain got flip-flopped. And so that, like, that's why they can sense each other, or not sense each other.
Door open with soft melancholy
They're not
creep.
twins. They don't have
On it.
twin psychic powers
Yeah.
like we do.
Yeah. There's only one thing. Love!
Do we have twin psychic powers? That's the question.
Because yeah,
I
if,
have
if-
worked with so many twins.
those of you
when
who
I
are
was-
watching,
when I was-
Block Koopa and I, BrawlerClaws 67. Hi. The two of us are twins.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I have worked with so many twins in as a camp counselor, and I can tell and I can say with how coordinated they are, I would be surprised if it wasn't a thing.
there's no fanfare or confetti. Obviously, there's no one to applaud them.
Does
So
that
walking
apply to
forward-
us too? Just you and
Hey,
no,
observing
it's-
us?
I assume you do, but I haven't seen evidence yet.
Hey, man, what's up with you? You're so serious,
Can't you
you
sound
know?
more happy? You know,
Not really.
Turned away from Seven, took his first steps down a simple white hallway. Down. I'm
My
stunned.
brother might be dead. I'm going to be
She's very upset. A few minutes before that, her brother was probably dead, and she was likely to follow him.
Like hell I can. Not after hearing something like that.
Yeah, he's still concerned.
You found
We
it.
found it.
I feel like the plot twist is gonna be something like something you said to Snake and Clover, or like John and Lucy, or something like that.
Left the operating room. Hallway took around several corners, past several doors, but they were all locked.
you too, huh?
Did we
Every
fall?
door in this place is locked up tight.
No, it's just It's just doing a dramatic camera angle.
Oh, okay.
We just decided to start crawling on all
How
fours
about
and
that
dancing into the room.
Calder was in the corner of the hall.
Why does our
May as
footsteps
well
sound
give it
like
a
horse
try.
galloping?
I don't think it was hers. I think it's Seven's.
That was like all of ours.
It's
Yeah.
Not, it's not horse galloping. It's coconuts.
Yes.
Is what?
Coconuts.
Yes. Yes. Do coconuts migrate? As he made to push it open, a voice stopped him. Behind them belonged to neither Seven nor Clover.
Jumpy!
Huh?
So someone running towards him, through the hallway.
Sorry.
3 people coming towards Junpei and his
June?
minions.
And Santa.
Oh
And
god,
Lotus
Lotus
too.
didn't kill you.
Good. Pulled up short in front of Junpei, breathing hard.
Whoa! What the hell is this?
What are you doing here?
What?
best.
We didn't.
What? But we didn't. Okay, before Clover
Hey
spoke.
guys, could you come take a look at this?
I don't know why they're surprised to meet up with us.
I know, right?
All the
The other one
branches
branched
have
last
to meet up
time.
at some point in order for us to get to the 9 door at the end.
Yeah.
Why are they so surprised that they meet up?
Ran over, curious to see
Look on
what
the
she
wall
found.
here.
Something a wall, thing in the hallway.
A map of the ship's interior?
It says C deck. So it's the map for this floor then?
Ah.
Door 7. And door 8. Yep. They both eventually end up at this hallway.
I feel like it's
And
not that-
that's the door that was unlettered. At the end of that hallway.
Yeah, isn't that what I said?
No.
We are going to be split up permanently until we find door 9. We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again.
He's happy.
Otherwise, we won't be able to open door 9. That's how another game works.
I see.
Wait, does that mean if that's the if that is the door with no number, can we go back and save Ace?
Wait a sec.
Yes.
Hey,
Thank
I just
you.
need to.
More closely, surprising excitement gave way to weariness.
Oh,
You've got to be kidding me.
One by one, the others saw what he'd seen.
we may as well go. Yeah.
Moved as
Oh,
one for
almost
door.
forgot. We should keep this.
Yes, pulled the map off the wall, put in his pocket, followed the others.
I
The
thought he
8
was
of
just
them.
gonna run back, grab one of the hearts, and say we should keep this.
Right in a semicircle. Sanchez stepped forward. He took the door without and spoke without looking back
Ready?
at 5.
I'm gonna open it.
Sounds something like a protagonist would say. Trying to steal our thunder. With deep breath, he threw open the door.
Yeah, we're supposed to be the one opening doors.
Yeah, we're the protagonists, you little jerk. Gotta look good in front of June. Pour her way through and into the room, even without looking around. Each one knew where they were. Just where the map had said they would be.
In the hospital room.
I see.
Yes.
I believe I understand.
Yeah,
He's not dead.
we're not gonna
The
kill
Maybe
him.
he wasn't gonna be
split
dead.
into 2 teams.
Oh.
2 teams with the
You
doors
solved
8 and
the
7,
puzzles
solved
in
the
the
puzzles.
operating room and the laboratory, and then met one another in the hallway after opening your respective locked doors.
Looked like anyone might, only after only just waking up. It seemed like his brain was working as well as ever, managed to grasp, summarize, and understand each of the team's
At
reports.
any rate, I feel a bit silly for my little show of altruism. I know I said I was sure you'd come back for me. I didn't think it would happen so soon, though.
Shook his head with a rueful smile.
Well, we saw each other again and we ain't dead, so I say that's good enough. Anyway, I say we get out of this creepy old place. We found the key we need. Ain't that what I just said? I'm talking about the... Right, Junpei?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, the solar system keys. Actually, we found one in the laboratory. Here. The Earth.
The Earth key.
The X-Men.
It's the X-Men.
The X-Men key.
Oh God!
When it's tilted like that, it's totally the X-Men key.
This game just got interesting.
Person in the chat,
Both
tell us.
thought about the X-Men.
People in the chat, tell us what your favorite X-Men superhero is. Lotus
My
Douglas.
favorite X-Men is Batman.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna go over there and slap you.
My favorite is Alex Summers because his name is Alex, not really though. I like, I don't know, man. Cyclops is cool. Iceman's pretty cool.
Wolverine.
There's way too many X-Men. I couldn't
Yeah.
think of a particular.
I love Storm.
Storm is awesome.
She is
Great.
knocked out every single time she fights. I don't understand. How are you the avatar of the X-Men universe and you still get clapped? Like, I don't get it.
Wolverine seems like too easy.
Yeah, a little
If
bit.
it was our dad, the answer would be Wolverine, hands down. Our dad's favorite.
Or-
Was it Deadpool and X-Men
I
at one
meant
point?
Lizard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then my answer is easy.
Oh my gosh.
It's lost.
Alright.
That's like saying that my favorite Fantastic Four character is Ghost Rider because Ghost Rider was in the Fantastic Four at one point.
Listen, it's either that or Wolverine.
Okay.
Yeah, you know. Probably better if you hold on to it. That way, it's not my fault if it gets
Yeah.
lost.
On it.
With that, she pressed into Junpei's hands. Probably slightly
Yeah,
later
three
than
keys
her.
that we have.
Yeah.
You got 3 keys, guys.
the
You
Jupiter.
have the Jupiter key.
21
You
keys.
got the Saturn
Ray
key.
found in the kitchen,
Yeah, 21 array.
and the Earth
X-Men.
key
the
Lois
X-Men.
just gave me.
We got the 9 plus 10 key.
And with our powers combined, we summon Captain Planet.
Took the keys in his pocket and spoke
The
up.
Jupiter key is supposed to be for the door at the end of that long straight hall.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Next to the
Maps
central
right.
staircase.
Connects to the central staircase.
And then next to the stairs.
Wait,
Wait, they were the
Oh.
first words anyone heard out of Clover in quite some time. Wait.
Didn't you say to open the
Your face suggested we weren't going to be very happy with your words.
what about door 3?
Look, you saw the map, right? It's the same as 7 and 8. Just lead us back to the big hospital.
Yeah, but it might
There's
have
no
a key
point
when
to
you
seeing
open
what's
it.
on the other side of that door.
There is a point. At least there is for me.
Well, there's also a
Right,
point in seeing whether or not there's a key that we need.
Yeah,
So, because the other 2 rooms obviously ended up having keys.
it's true.
Yeah, she looked very much like a frightened puppy. There wasn't a man alive who could have resisted those eyes. Seven looked everywhere in the room except at Clover and muttered and coughed apologies under his breath. Huh?
Excuse me?
What?
Who's the man? Who?
There isn't a man alive who could have resisted those eyes, because she's looking at him like she's giving them puppy dog eyes. Well, not puppy dog eyes, but like a sad puppy dog. Sad puppy eyes.
I have resisted sad puppy dog eyes at the dinner table before. I could do it again.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Several
Snake
times.
might be on
But
the other side of the door.
Clover
what I
nodded
did back
once.
is I just glared back at them until they back off.
Yeah, the next person to speak was Ace.
Very well. I'll be coming with you then. I've had a nice long rest. I think it's time I was up and about again. So, Seven, you'll help me, won't you?
Huh?
Yeah. Seven was doing them too. At least he gave up.
Damn.
That's how it's got to be.
Going with you, huh?
Yes, you are.
I mean,
All right,
technically,
let's
it
get
doesn't
moving.
have to be that way because you could have 4 people.
Decided that they would check to see what's beyond door number 3.
No, isn't? Didn't you say
Okay,
we're
we're
making
heading
back
out.
to the same stuff as
Yeah, but there
doors,
might be
and there's
stuff
now
inside
an
there.
open
that's-
door with no number that you could just walk through?
Oh, and go backwards?
Yeah.
You
Wait,
think
is
so?
that door closed?
Not sure.
Be careful.
Be careful.
Oh. Didn't think I'd be here.
Don't let it go to your head. I'd be in trouble if the 3 of you bought it. The rest of us can't open the 9 door.
Ah, the truth comes.
No, honestly, I think it's made much more sense to pull the red.
Don't shoot.
Throw the lever.
Why are you doing this?
Okay, we're off.
Please don't tell me you closed that door behind you.
Door opened. They jumped through it. Well, they're gonna have to because it's gonna start beeping. 8, 9. Exactly 9 seconds. The door closed noisily.
All right, we should get moving too.
Moving 2.
Get moving.
Where are we going?
Everyone's at loading scene rather.
Well, it would be a waste of time to just sit around, wouldn't it? Let me explain.
I mean, we need to meet them on the other side, don't we?
Oh, I get it. We're gonna see if we can get anywhere interesting with the Jupiter key.
That was such a cool
If we're lucky, we
explanation.
might find
Yes.
Snake.
Wow.
We're lucky we might find Snake. They're at the end of the hallway lined with individual hospital rooms.
And here's the Jupiter symbol.
Yeah,
All right,
Jupiter
Junpei.
symbol.
Open
Alright.
it if you can.
Yeah. On.
On it, pulled out the key of his pocket and slid into the keyhole. A nice sharp click, he felt the door unlock. So this breath, held it, and opened the door as quietly as he could. Like a Resident Evil loading screen.
Oh my gosh, we are.
Or Luigi's Mansion loading screen. Exactly what he'd seen. It was a tremendous hall, almost like a ballroom with massive central staircase.
Great, back to the beginning. You sure this is a good idea?
What do you mean?
Well, we already searched it. I'm asking you if there's any...
Of course there's a reason. And sometimes I can't tell.
Oh
if
my
there's-
gosh.
Don't do it. I would have said that anyway.
Wait, what
The
happened?
options were there's no reason to come back here, or of course there's a reason to come
Of
back
course there's a
here.
reason. We have keys now.
And did we choose? Of course there is.
Yes.
Because
Yeah,
yeah,
I would have picked that as well.
I was mashing the A button. I'm sorry. To be real though, I'm pretty sure I did the same thing when I was playing the game myself the first time. So
Huh? This.
Two things out of his pockets.
The Saturn key card.
Good old katakana
And
Ray
the
and the good
Earth
old
key?
Earthman.
I'm lost.
Not katakana, it's hiragana. My bad, it's hiragana.
A fancy looking H.
Kaga's head, looked inside like an inquisitive bird.
No,
and
it's
looked-
very
Several
much
long
the-
moments during which it became apparent Saints had no idea what the cards meant. But there's only one card.
It looks
Don't
very
you remember, Santa?
Not exactly.
On C deck,
Yeah.
where we are now,
C-deck.
there was a big elevator behind the stairs, remember? And next to the elevator, there was a card reader with the Saturn symbol on it. And on A deck, on the door to the left, there was a keyhole with the Earth symbol on it, I think.
Yes, or hiragana Ray.
It looks very similar.
Another fancy looking
So the
H.
two keys that Jumpy has?
Should let us use the elevator and the door on A deck. Huh.
Yes, that's right.
Pleased with herself. So did Santa.
Alright, I got it. Let's get started then. What do you say we split into 2 teams?
He's like a teacher talking to a elementary school student.
Lotus and I will search the Earth one, so you two can search Saturn, alright?
Sounds good. Then you guys should take this key.
Handed the key to Santa.
Take this.
Earth to Santa. Come in, Santa. They decided that their initial search
You
was
have no idea what's on the other
Thank
side
you.
of these.
We have no idea what's on the other side of
Don't go too
these.
far. Just search for 10 minutes and come back.
Plan decided, the two teams split up. Headed for the elevators.
There's a card reader next to the left elevator.
Then let's try out the Saturn key card.
Line
Great.
leader with corner blue
It looks
light.
like it's working now.
Alright, now how do I call the elevator?
Single button to the right elevator door.
Oh, it only has the upside down triangle on it.
I guess
Just
there's
hit
no up
the
button.
down button.
You
Yeah.
may as well try pushing this one.
Door slid shut, and they heard the grinding of the motor as the elevator car moved down.
It opened! Look, Jumpy!
She was excited, but you could hear a tinge of
Oh,
anxiety.
sweet! It opened. Let's get going.
Grin and June and stepped toward the open door. As he was about to set foot in it, he felt a hand on his arm.
Wait!
What?
I'm not really,
Are you claustrophobic?
I just,
Hold on,
oh
I'm gonna
gosh.
see it.
Is she gonna be all two of us alone?
Oh, she's flustered.
Is she gonna be like the two of us alone
In a
in an
tight room.
enclosed space?
Yeah.
No one's looking.
There was something of a loss, which she
Ten
possibly be
seconds
so
of
frightened
silence.
of. June was probably afraid of being locked up alone with the boy, or they could only go down.
Being locked up alone with the boy.
I mean,
Are we just going full in on it?
Yeah, fun on
I
it.
mean, if you think about it, those two sentences can mean the same thing.
Stop it.
I mean, the
Oh my
they could
God.
only go down makes more
Oh,
sense,
you.
but I'm on board.
We're going for being locked up alone with the boy.
They could only go down part actually does make sense,
Yeah, that does make sense.
but
we're going for it.
I'm on board with this.
After a little thought, Jimmy decided she had to be nervous about being locked up in such a small space alone with the boy.
Well, we will be all alone in here.
In a way, it was kind of cute. Very demure, you could say, he thought. Still, even though it wasn't exactly roomy in the elevator, they weren't going to be pressed up against one another. At least they didn't have to be. Still, it was making her nervous.
What is going on with this?
I'm ready to throw my head in the video.
Everybody else so
See, we
much
couldn't
fun.
help but think how innocent she was.
I don't know.
Jumpy?
Huh? Oh, nothing. It's not important. Come on, let's go.
Again, he stepped toward the elevator. And again, he felt himself restrained.
I said wait a minute.
Why?
Aren't you afraid, Jumpy?
Afraid of what?
Well, I've never, you know.
It's your first time?
Oh my gosh. Never been in an elevator with a man alone before? Even so, she still seemed awfully alarmed.
I might.
Oh my gosh!
Stop it! Stop it!
Okay, what?
No, 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 no.
Oh my gosh, of course.
I mean,
Leave
her
here! Never heard it.
You don't mind?
Oh, shoot.
So we're just gonna skip some dialogue a little bit. I don't know. You're so brave. Really?
I have several
You know what
questions.
happened? Don't worry. It will get explained. It will get explained. Don't worry. That's why I'm pressing the A
Do I
button.
want to explain?
Yes.
I don't know.
Get the chance
What happened?
So cool, I really admire you. It doesn't really seem like a thing you ought to admire for someone. You
Yeah,
scared?
I mean,
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Over?
Are you?
Y'all go to.
What the flip is this?
Please make sure.
at least that's what I've heard.
Oh, yes. Although I huh?
But it would happen to me
Hold on a
too, wouldn't it?
Wait, wait.
There is going to have to be one heck of an explanation.
There's a really good explanation. Don't worry about it.
What is this game right
Well, I mean,
here?
just like, yes, it does. Well, eventually, okay.
I'm just saying that
It's
that's
psychological.
Oh,
Okay, we're skipping ahead a little bit. It's just like so gratefully understand. Obviously, confusion and terror.
Even then, I don't think you could hold your. Eventually, you'd have to breathe, and then the water would
going
get
down
into
into
your
the
lungs.
Yeah. I knew that's what it was. I was just going
That
along.
makes sense.
I knew that it was the game doing
I don't like
those.
the ride.
I knew it was one of those
I
innuendo
got
things that they
I
was just like
I
a.
was, when I tell you I was incredibly worried.
Yeah.
I knew
was
that
getting ready to experience.
I knew that it was just.
I'm not gonna play a game with you like that has that. I don't play games like that
I
anyway.
did not
I'm
know
not
you
gonna.
were like this.
No.
Why did it
It's because I'm
Why
not.
did it take for me until she said water for it to click in my head?
Yeah.
I knew as soon as it started that it was just talking about because you're going down into the part of the boat that's underwater.
See, like the down thing. I just thought you were just making a joke. Ha because they're all lovey-dovey and all that. But then it just kept feeding into it.
Yeah, because it's
Because it's comedy.
because innuendos are fun.
Especially in Japan. And this game was made by Japan.
By the entirety of Japan.
Yes, exactly.
Every single citizen contributed.
I need to sit down.
You're already sitting
already
down.
sitting down.
I need a cigarette. I don't know whatever.
You need to stand up and immediately sit back down
You
again.
know what?
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, drowning.
Once that happens, your body won't be able to get oxygen anymore, and you'll start to feel that floaty feeling as you pass out. Huh?
Oh.
Finally, Juve understood. He understood what June was trying to say and why she was so scared.
Yeah, you're right. You wouldn't last very long.
See?
Oh my.
She was afraid the only elevator button pointed down.
Oh no!
That meant,
knew
of
it.
course,
Oh, no.
that the elevator couldn't go any higher
No.
before they were on.
Nick!
What?
What?
I was thinking this. Oh god.
What happened?
Oh shoot.
What did he-
I think we're thinking the same thing.
I'm not thinking of anything.
Oh, okay,
There's
good.
just like
Okay, good.
my single brain cell, my one brain cell is bouncing around my brain like a Windows screensaver.
Is it gonna hit the corner?
That's when I get to experience intelligent thought.
As he thought about it, Junpei realized he hadn't seen elevators on the A or B decks near the central staircase. All of which meant this elevator could only convey them to the lower decks.
Come to think of it, the lower floor, D deck, an elevator heading to a submerged floor. That is. Hey, wait a minute. This elevator came up from somewhere under us, right?
Well, yes, I guess it did. It didn't open right away after you pressed the button. There was a motor noise like it was moving, and then it opened.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
So, take a look inside.
Strap. Jerked his head towards the interior of the elevator.
It's not wet at all, is it? The walls and even the floor are totally dry.
Oh, you're right. They are.
Looked down the elevator, slightly
Well,
embarrassed.
let's test it.
Test it.
Yeah, watch this.
I thought this
Now-
was like her first time riding an elevator at
Inside
all.
the
Or
elevator.
she was like
Look
close to
over
her.
at the buttons.
And this is the part where
No,
half
she's referring to it's the first time she's ever drowned. I think that's what she was going for.
Well, no kidding.
Yeah, I'd hope so. Oh gosh.
You never get to experience drowning twice.
Yeah.
I wouldn't use that wording though.
Yeah, I know, it's just weird. Cause it was funny. Okay.
It's funny, so
just
it's
don't
okay.
worry
and the
about
other
it.
person left.
No! That's okay. Lower
Oh,
buttons.
there's only two, E and C. Alright, I'll push E.
Push the E button and jump out of the elevator.
E.
Slid shut and they hear the grinding.
There it is.
What?
I think I can
Why?
hear an opening on E deck.
Why? I think I can hear it open on the
Okay,
deck.
that's done.
Press the button again. Elevator returned. There's nothing.
Yep, not a single drop of water to be seen. See?
Goodness is puffing up his chest just a little bit. Gino over
What does that mean? How can E deck be safe if the D deck is full of water?
Well, here's what I think. The elevator shaft and E-deck must be watertight and separated from wherever the ship's been punctured. Here, let me show you.
Pulled out his notebook and
I thought you were
pen.
just gonna yank her into the elevator.
No.
Here, I'll show you. I can show you the world.
And sketched out a rough illustration.
I see. So is that why the ship hasn't sunk? The shape of the inside keeps it all from filling with water?
Yeah,
that's how
I
ships
think
are
that's what's
figured
going
out.
on.
You gotta make it watertight so the hull doesn't float at once.
Yeah.
So you can at least delay it as much as possible.
Continue talking as he closed the notebook and slipped
So
back
I'm
in his
gonna go down
pocket.
and check it out. You stay here, alright?
But
Come on, just do it, alright?
And shoulder reassuring squeeze and then hop into the elevator.
Thought about this.
So weird. Pushed the button and the door began to close. June looked worried, her eyes darting back and forth as if she was trying to make a decision when suddenly
I'm coming
I
with you.
think the question is why not?
she jumped in. Huh? Dashed forward, turning sideways just in time to slip through the gap between closing doors.
Hey, wait!
And his finger against the open button. It was too late. Yeah, she jumped in real quick.
Oh, crap, it closed!
Well, he and June were in the elevator and was heading down to E-Deck. He was surprised by June that he didn't even have time to think about what awaited him on the E-Deck.
I can't just let you go alone, you know.
Alright, elevator stopped and the door slid open. There's no water. Tentatively stepped out and looked around.
It looks normal.
No fish going about their fishy business or jellyfish floating lazily through the water. There was, however, a blowfish, or at least something that looked very much like one. June's cheeks were puffed out and her mouth was in a tiny, intense frown.
Oh, knock it off. It's just looking fun. This part isn't flooded.
She was holding your breath.
She was.
Come on, just look around. There's no water here.
Looked around nervously then.
You're right. It's not flooded at all.
See?
But there's a whole lot of water.
Yeah, right on top of us.
What's gonna happen if the ceiling breaks?
Thought about it for a
Well,
moment.
probably get really wet.
Huh?
At any rate, we should probably go back as soon as we can, once we're done looking around down here. Lotus and Santa might already be back.
Okay, good idea.
Now then.
Why?
Glance around.
You seem perturbed, Nick.
Why?
Because of him saying up there.
It was a reference to the original phrasing of the situation. Because it would be on, yeah, whatever, never mind.
As opposed to
Because it would
down there.
splash onto the head first. Don't worry about it. They ran the length of the room, separating left from the right one.
Bars. Well, we can't go over there.
What time is it? 12:40. Cool, we still have 20 minutes.
Right.
Then maybe.
In the corner of the room that housed the elevators, Junpei found an opening.
Well,
Walked up to it, just like I said, around the corner.
it looks like there's a long straight hallway down this way.
There's the number 6 door. I'm gonna see real quick.
The two of us aren't going to be able to go through it.
Something's written on the door at the end. Wait, is that?
Not just because
Let's check.
the
Check.
numbers don't add up, but also because they need at least 3 people.
Yeah.
Found themselves in front of the door. It was big red paint.
I knew it.
This is a numbered door.
Indeed, there was a red bolted to the wall right next to the door.
But we can't do anything with only the two of us.
We better head back and let everyone know.
Yes.
Indeed, let's head back to the C
Wait,
deck.
what's this?
Going back, you notice a map on the wall.
Is this the map for E-Deck? I should take it with me.
Yay, okay, we took it with us.
Thank goodness it makes
So you
sense.
guys found door 1.
Indeed. Huh, so you guys found door 1. Head back up, who would explain what they found. There's another numbered door on A deck, just like on E deck, beyond the door that had Earth Key. It was a 1.
So now we've located 2 new doors. The 6 door and the 1 door.
You know, it is interesting that E-Deck wasn't flooded.
Well,
Bye
we
for a moment,
don't
lost thought.
really know if all of
You
E-Deck
know
is
how
safe.
shipbuilding works, 'cause
Yeah.
you
can check there.
And that's apparently the only thing they don't know about in this.
in the
It's the
whole
only
world.
thing in the entire universe that they don't understand already. We only check the area
Even
around the
so,
elevator.
it's still very interesting.
You said the 6
Most
doors
logical
there,
thing,
right?
if you're making a thing that travels on water, you have to make it every room watertight.
Yes.
Yes.
And that means Zero planned all this out, even the sinking. That would have meant some pretty serious remodeling of the ship's interior.
It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it.
Yeah. I wonder how long it took. I can't even imagine how much it must have cost.
It would have been a ton, that's for sure.
Well, that does go along with what Ace was saying. The most reasonable explanation would be that this was done by some organization with access to a whole lot of cash.
Yes, it does make sense.
Thought made one go quiet for a moment. Do bitter lip and load aside softly to herself, seeing to crack the stiff neck and set off
Let
to the
me
distance.
live
Nothing.
that down.
did he go monkey?
I didn't even hear it.
It's a running joke that you guys will learn more information about when I get around to uploading that episode of Spirit Hunter NG.
It makes me so much more embarrassed every time I hear that when after John Luke reminded me that the mannequin didn't have anything on other than monkey mask. So that just feels much worse out of context.
We'll get to that point. I haven't uploaded that part yet.
Good.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a very good idea to stay here.
Look down with large bleeding eyes. Yeah, you're
Ace and
right.
his team
Or
might
looked
be
up,
back
sorry.
already.
Because I'm taller.
Well,
They might be back.
Junpei and I should be able to open door 1.
Huh? You guys leaving me behind?
Yeah.
Just kidding. All right, let's go.
All the impetus they needed. Back to the large hospital room they went.
Ah, so you do care.
She seems like a very ends justify the means type of person.
Yeah. She seems very Machiavellian. The moment they stepped inside, a tremendous voice echoed across the room.
Hey! Where the hell did you guys go?
It was 7.
Oh, he doesn't look happy. She didn't look happy either.
Ace was right behind him, and Clover was behind Ace, although she seemed to be hanging back.
What's wrong?
Looked as though there was something strange about them. Had the look of a man who'd seen a ghost. Ace was just as pale, and Clover looked as though she was only moments from passing out entirely. For a moment, they simply stood there looking at one another. Jupiter looked around nervously, waiting for someone to speak. No one did. Looked at 7.
What happened?
What the hell kind of question is that?
Was trying very hard to be angry, but something had shaken him hard. Shoulders went trembling, and his voice was strained.
Snake is...
7 couldn't finish. Just looked away, his face twisted. Junpei wasn't sure what. Said Ace spoke. Took a deep breath, closed his eyes, and spoke.
Snake is dead. He died.
Snake?
Snake?
Snake! Okay, he died. It was the night.
Wait, how did that?
Explosion.
What?
Just as all the air had suddenly been sucked out of the room, it was as if. Simon felt his heartbeat quicken, and he realized he was having trouble breathing. Could feel cold sweat beating on his forehead and neck. Gene, Sans, and Lois looked the way he felt. All 3 were frozen in place, their faces white.
That's not true, is it?
We should make sure.
Yeah, right.
On another
How would they know that it's Snake 3 door?
Wait, not that way.
What? What?
Stopped short and turned to look at 7. He's pointing at the door with the number.
Stuck
Thank
a screw back
you!
there to keep the door from closing all the way.
Oh,
It's not locked, so you can go in that way.
Where is he?
Shower room. Left side of the hallway. I put a broom in there too. Keep the door.
That means we can get in without going through the numbered door, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Then let's go.
That does explain it.
The destination clear, Junpei and his companions headed for the door with no number. In the hallway, it was easy to spot the metal door on the left
This
wall.
wasn't open when we passed here before.
Now, just 7 and said, there was a broom stuck between the door and the frame, keeping it
Well.
open.
Let's keep going.
Alright. Looked for a moment, then stepped inside.
Oh, it smells horrible.
Moved her nose and covered her mouth in disgust. Even Santa pinched his nose shut.
Ugh, yeah, this is pretty awful. I feel like I'm gonna puke.
It was as bad as they said, perhaps worse. Hideous smell filled the air so thick they could almost taste it. It was sour and smelled of fish, gross, and burnt meat. It worked his way through Junpei's nose and down his throat, pounding instinct into his stomach. Put his hand over his mouth and struggled to keep what little was in his stomach where it belonged.
Where is he?
You didn't have to wonder where the body was.
There.
Blood everywhere. A few arms of the splatter, reaching toward them as they walked through the door. All one had to do was follow the many radial arms to their source. LR.
LLR.
I think it's just one L.
No, it's 2 L's.
Is it L
June,
H R?
you should
Oh, there
stay
is
here.
2 L's. You're right. You should stay here.
But
Please, just do me a favor, okay? All right?
Didn't give her a chance to say no. He put it down her shoulders and shoved her to the ground like a tent pole. Oh, that makes and turned and walked to the end of the divider. And then turning for him to get there. Santa was followed, timid and nervous as a pair of children. Eventually they reached the divider. Looked to one another, slowly nodded. Put his hands in the divider and peered around the corner. For a moment he forgot to breathe. Phil's heart collapsed in his chest like an empty cigarette carton. Time froze. He knew that in that instant he would take the image. He would take the image before him to the grave. Sheesh. Chunks of flesh torn from the body sat like tiny islands in the Great Red Sea. It's pretty bad, yeah. Here. It's not showing it too much. Just like Ace said,
How do you know that
suspected
it's
he
him?
was holding down some vomit.
Just like the ninth man. The detonator in his bracelets.
But how would Snake have gotten here?
Don't know. I mean, I know, but looked as though a explosion was quite powerful.
The bone is cut. It's definitely.
No, there is a body that we're not able to see.
There's enough that they can tell.
I suppose, yeah. Oof.
I'm assuming it's just
Bracelet lay next to him. It must have hit the wall hard enough to shatter the display, which lay on the ground in pieces.
The face.
Yeah, can't even.
It was simply collapsed.
No! I didn't have lunch yet. I was gonna get some after this.
It said it was like pizza covered in tomato sauce. The burgundy tie, the white shirt, the jacket with yellow piping, and the gray slacks. Clothes are familiar.
No mistake about it. It's Snake.
Unnaturally deep and strained. Oh man.
Dang.
Yeah. Squeal of tortured metal made Junpei's teeth curl. Sounded like a noise of a ghost would make. No matter how many times he heard it, he never got used to it. Every time, it put him on edge. Didn't help that there was a girl nearby who looked far more like a ghost than a living human should.
Yeah.
It was Clover. She sat on the edge of the bed, her head drooping listlessly onto her chest. Her eyes were blank and stared across the room at nothing. Her breathing was slow and mechanical. About that promise earlier. Aside from the rise and fall of her chest, she didn't move. Junpei felt as if even a nudge might cause her to shatter into 1,000 pieces.
Snake was probably murdered.
Snake's
Chances are he was killed the same way the ninth man was.
lowered his voice, likely in an effort to keep Clover from hearing what he had to say. There were 4 other people in the room, when Junpei and 7. Ace, Santa, June, and Lotus. 7 looked at each of them in turn and continued.
It's pretty straightforward. Not that hard to figure out how they did it. First, the killers got Snake to authenticate on the red to open door 3. Then they shoved him into it. Alone. And waited 9 seconds for the door to shut. Once that door shut, it was all over for Snake. But he didn't give up. He probably knew it wouldn't do him any good, but he probably ran into the shower room looking for the dead. It was a small chance, but it wasn't like he had anything to lose. Unfortunately, it didn't work. The detonator is only deactivated if everybody who authenticated when they went in uses the dead. Snake was the only one who went through the door, and then 81 seconds after he was shoved in. That happened.
I see. So that's what you meant by killers, huh? You need at least 3 people to open one of the numbered doors, including Snake. it wouldn't open for Snake and a single killer.
Yeah, that means we're looking at multiple perps here.
Alright, guys. Here's
For
the
which
2.
number?
It was a 3-door.
It was the 3 door.
Yeah. So we got a 2, and we need at least 2 more to get 3. Obviously, it's not us.
First things first, I'm gonna put 8.
Or is it?
First thing is 8. So just rid of that 1. Which you would need.
Another snake.
No, that wouldn't work.
Or 9.
Actually, no, that would work.
Would 9?
9, 2, and 8. No. 2, 8, and yeah, it would have to be
another snake.
It'd have to be another snake, which means that wouldn't work. So 2.
Oh, what about 3?
3, 8, 4. No, it'd have to be 2, 2, 8. Which would work.
Try 2, 3,
2, 3. We're 5.
5. Try it anyway.
We are 5.
Okay, so it's not Lotus.
So it wasn't, despite expected
Oh, man.
conventions.
I thought it would be Lotus.
You think it was
1, 3. No. 2, 1, 4. No. 2, 1, 6. No. 2, 1, 7. 2, 1,
It has to be
8.
2, 1, 9.
No.
But 9's not a lot.
Yeah, it has to be 2, 1, 9. So 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. No, it can't be 5. 6. 2, 3, 7. It could be Santa and 7. What about 2?
I mean,
so it'd be
with-
4. Yeah, so it'd be 2, 4, 6.
What was
It would
June?
not be Clover. in
Oh, it
June.
wouldn't have been Clover in June
What
though.
was June?
So 2.
June is 6.
June is no. Yeah, June
It
is
definitely wouldn't be Clover in June.
because
I think the
June
only
is the
thing it-
6th month. So
I think the only thing it could be.
that's a
is-
lot easier to recognize in Japan because
Um,
the names of months in Japan is literally just first month, second month, third month, fourth month, as opposed to in America where we have a bunch of names for our months. So it's a lot easier to immediately catch that June is the 6th month
Yeah.
if you know Japanese. So.
I think it has to be Santa 7.
No, not that. Yeah.
I think that's the only way it can.
2.
Good.
There's no way for it to. I mean, unless it was more than 2.
That's also true.
Suppose that's true.
1, 8, 3. No. 2, 1, 8.
I'm going to hope that it's 2 because I'm hoping that.
Well, 2 has to be one of the numbers because that's Snake is the one who got pushed in.
No, I'm hoping it's more than 2.
Oh,
I'm
2
hoping-
killers.
I'm hoping it's 2 killers.
Yeah.
Only 2 as opposed to 3.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, Jimmy cross arm and grunted.
Well, just in case, I want to make sure. Let's say you're right. When do you think Snake was killed?
When we all split up to look for the parts for the Reds, I think. Right after
Yeah,
that
that
was
has
when we
to be.
noticed he was gone.
And that means none of us have alibis. We were all off searching the rooms we'd been assigned, looking for those parts.
Yeah, that means anybody could be a killer.
June and I can
Wait a minute. What are you talking about?
For each other.
Yeah.
And since we can't activate the
And you
door,
say that so
means we are safe.
casually.
Yes. How can you say that so casually?
You're implying that one of us is a killer.
Well, not just two of us,
No. no.
right? And at least 2 of us are murderers.
Why don't you calm down a bit, Seven? What are you going to gain by being so suspicious? That's what Zero wants, you know?
What? 0 wants?
Exactly. This game was set up any game as a
Yeah.
winner and loser. Whoever makes it through door 9 is a winner. And those who don't
We're just killing Snake.
Zero is trying to make us fight against one another for that victory.
Then you're saying that Zero is trying to split us up by making.
Yes, that is why we can't let ourselves fall prey to... We have to trust one another and form a strong bond of friendship. Otherwise, we'll end up ensnared by Zero's manipulations.
Then does that mean that the person who killed Snake?
Yes, almost certainly Zero himself. If there's anyone we should doubt, it should be Zero. He masterminded this game and kidnapped all of us. Doesn't it seem reasonable that he would have killed Snake as well?
Good question.
Yeah, but there's no way
If
that
Zero
he's.
killed Snake,
and
then Zero is on the ship with us.
Was Zero still on the ship with them? Let's see. Guys, is Zero on the ship with us? Are we not sure, or of course?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
I
wait,
can't think of any
let's-
evidence that says yes.
What evidence says that you
The old-timey speakers, probably.
There's the old-timey
Are
speakers.
there cameras? I don't remember there being a bunch of
Not
cameras like in Danganronpa.
specifically. No, not like Danganronpa. There's the reasoning that Ace is giving for Zero being a thing is that we're all needing to work together, and thus there's no reason for one of us to kill each other, or at the very least, it doesn't really work.
Yeah, he has a point.
Someone has. He's saying that what makes more sense at the very least is that Zero would kill him in order to get us to suspecting each other of murder.
That's fair.
And if Zero is the one who did it, he's the one who built the thing. He can open the door with just himself if he wanted. He could figure it out because he's the one who set everything up.
And why doesn't he
And he's
just
the
detonate
mastermind.
it?
And he could have
Right.
done the situation, and in order to get us to start suspecting each other, to split us up, so we'll lose his game. And the only way he could have done that is if he was on the ship somehow. That's the only way he could have gotten Snake to go through that room by himself, or something like that.
What if
That's Ace's reasoning for why
I'm not
Zero is on
entirely
the ship.
I'm not entirely sure. I'm leaning towards yes, he is.
I'm leaning towards yes, but I'm not sure.
So we're saying, of course, or not sure?
of course?
Of course.
Okay, we'll go with of course. Of course he was. That was obvious.
I don't.
Zero was somewhere on the ship, but had no idea where. Juki mumbled to himself, lost in thought.
Where could Zero be hiding?
Suddenly everyone went very quiet. Sound was cold and clammy, and Junpei could feel it crawling across his back and around his throat. And heard a ghosting, moaning noise. Later, a person who looked more like ghost than human appeared. It was Clover. She looked at the floor as she spoke, and her voice was a cold, monotone.
I think Zero is one of us.
Jojo? Jojo?
What?
No.
Oh, I get it. Every human body in the room froze. The only sound was muffled rustling of breath. Every eyes darted from face to face. I'm struggling. One of those faces was the face of their jailer. But who? Was he one of them? Oh, that's possible, or that's crazy.
I'm trying to remember the opening dialogue, and I'm trying to remember if they. Oh wait, no, Zero didn't respond to any other questions. It's certainly.
I think it's possible.
It's certainly possible.
John Luke? Type Tyson?
I really don't know.
We don't know?
I really don't know. It might be possible. It's not crazy.
I think it's possible.
It's definitely very possible.
We're gonna go with possible.
Well, that's possible.
Huh?
Like Clover said, Zero might be one of us.
What are you saying, Jumpy? Didn't you hear what Ace said?
Exactly. I said we shouldn't suspect one another for no reason.
No reason. I've got a great reason. And what's that?
The bracelets.
Oh, that
Why
is
are
a
the
darn.
bombs in our bodies connected to the bracelets? You're all thinking Zero's hiding somewhere watching us, right? If he's doing that, then he could just detonate the bombs by remote control if someone did something they weren't supposed to. It would be a lot more precise and a lot easier. But if that's the case, then why is the bomb set off by the detonator in the bracelet? You got a point. I'm not done. Try applying the same ideas to the notary game. All of the puzzles here run all by themselves. In other words, Zero doesn't have to be controlling them for the game to move forward. Why is that? Why would Zero bother to do something like that?
Do you let the question hang in the
Yeah,
air?
that's purposefully relinquishing some control over the situation. And
Over
trusting
Samson's.
the
So
system.
let's say you and Clover are right. Zero's one of us. If that's the case, then it'd be really hard for him to keep track of all of us or control anything remotely. That's why all the puzzles run by themselves. That's what you're getting at, right?
Yeah.
Junpei
So,
nodded.
when we were talking earlier, you said any one of us could be Snake's killer, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Alright then. I've got a question for you, Ace.
You said something like Zero must be the one who killed Snake, right?
Yes, something like that. I can't think of any other explanation.
So what do we get if we combine those? They fit together pretty well, I think. Something like this. Whoever killed Snake is Zero. Hence, Zero is one of us. Seven and Ace's theories aren't mutually exclusive. They actually complement each other pretty well. At least they do if Zero is one of us.
No one spoke. Faces were grim, but Junpei wasn't sure if they believed him or not. Well, they would have had to convince someone to go along with it, though.
What were his motives?
His motives?
Yes, isn't that pretty important?
I see what you just did there. Lotus.
Yeah, I saw what you did there, Lucas.
Why would Zero want to hide as one of us?
Oh, well, that's
Just
because...
secretly implied that it was one of the guys.
It was you!
Girls.
Yeah, she kind of slid that
Yeah, well, it's because, I hadn't thought of it way more.
in. Why would Zero want to hide?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, so much for making a persuasive argument, Junpei.
In other words, you only had circumstantial evidence.
I don't really think that's enough to go on, you know.
Ah,
Painfully aware of their eyes on him and their disapproval. Try to find something else, anything else to look at. Then in that horrible silence. Bell. Bells.
I was thinking the same thing.
You guys know what that is? The bells.
I feel like I do.
It's Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah. They heard a bell begin to ring. It's a clock. It's a central staircase.
it's 3 in the morning.
That means we have 3 hours left.
Then we need to move now.
Not very much
7,
time.
Clover,
Nope.
June, I know how you feel, but you do understand that right
Oh, so we
now
don't
it's
have time to
important we
actually
trust
search
one another, don't you?
You're right, but
Jimmy couldn't bring himself to respond, swallow his words he wanted to say inside. 7 Clover remained similarly silent. Their eyes were looking at something elsewhere, very far away.
We must go. We have very little time left.
But their feet were moving. They all knew where they were going.
our next destination is Mercury.
Okay.
Or maybe you and June should check it out first and then report back.
It's 1:03. Does that mean we stop now?
I mean, we did kind of start late, so I'd be okay with going for another, like, 10 minutes.
Sure.
How do you feel?
1:30.
Are you not busy today?
Yeah.
Oh, you're not doing the thing today. We're going. We're continuing. Woo! Maybe you and June should get out first and report back to us.
Let's go, June.
Right.
Let's go, June.
Here it is.
I like how pretty much everybody else is just accepted the fact that the two of us are together. Basically, you know what I mean? Like, it's sat bolts to the wall near the stairs, led to the scene in the kitchen.
Everyone else is shipping us.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone else shipping.
The Mercury.
Guys, we're on a ship.
It's true.
It was meant to happen.
It was meant to be. Mercury card reader.
We're using the card 7 games, right?
That'd be the worst pickup line. Is like, "Hey, baby, Zero ships us. Could you put us on the ship? Please don't leave the stream."
Zero ships all.
Yeah, no, we're not all Mormons. Please. Reason card 7 gave us,
Yep.
right?
I found it when we were checking out the shower.
I think 7 said something. Anyway, let's see what...
Yes. Tiny electric noise.
Yes, the elevator.
Elevators
Johnny,
work now.
I know it's only the 2 of us, but let's do our best.
What's with you all of a sudden?
Well, I'm happy we were put together.
You know it's just for searching E-Deck, right?
Even so, I'm glad we did.
Yay.
Oh. First, we need to find out if the elevator comes up full of
So much
water.
more wholesome
Just like
than
we
what
did
was
before.
previously.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god.
I mean, a lot of things are more wholesome in comparison.
That's true. Murder is more wholesome in comparison to this one.
No, I'm not sure I go
I'm
that
joking.
far.
I'm
I'm not
joking.
sure I go that far.
Wow.
It's a joke. Okay, here it is.
It's not wet at all.
Let's go.
Yes.
Once they've been checked for water, they step into the elevator.
Look! Nearly all of the buttons are destroyed.
Yeah, only the seat and bottom button can be pushed.
We're on C deck right now, so the only one we can choose is bottom.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, let's...
Let's go try it out.
Jettisons is to the C4, killing the system.
Yes.
To the bottom.
Slowly began at the bottom of the sea. Get it? As in the ocean. But also,
Oh, I get it.
also as in the sea deck.
I get it.
Slowly. Don't worry, we'll be here all week. It slowly
These are
began.
all of 10
So
minutes.
this is the bottom deck.
I'm okay with going longer than that.
I mean, I don't want
I
to
need
go.
food.
Yeah, and I don't want to go too much
Oh,
longer.
You guys are lame.
We need substance, and you guys missed it.
That's true. We stepped off, saw the hallway to the right, and it's somewhere between 20 and 25 feet from them. Dead ends, but not a regular dead end.
Over there.
This is a numbered door.
This is the 8th one we found. There were 2 numbered doors on B deck near the central. There were doors 4 and
9
5.
door.
4 and
3
5.
more in the large hospital. Doors 3, 7, and 8.
7, 9,
On the
8,
door we found on E deck,
6,
it was a 6 on the door on E
and
deck.
1 on the A, where they checked. Now 2 in front of us.
Do you think the next door we find?
Yeah, I think the next one's gonna be door 9.
Despite it still being
Surprise, it's
excited.
gonna be a second door 3.
There is something about that excitement that frightened me as well.
Finally!
Yeah,
You don't look very happy about it, though.
it's not that. I just hope nothing goes wrong.
You're right. We should keep our fingers crossed.
Let's head back.
Okay.
His best put it from his mind and headed back to the deck with June. We are
1,
back.
2, 3, 4. All right, 7 pieces.
Pieces of paper they'd folded up lay on the ground next to Junpei's legs. Everyone had written on paper, pulled from Junpei's notebook in an effort to put together a blind
Just
vote.
double checking, but everyone wrote their code name and a door number they want, right?
Yes, just like you told us earlier.
Okay. Save.
Can't believe we're voting here.
Why had they decided to vote that way?
We need to make the whole thing fair. Blah-de-blah. This is a complicated plan, you know. Hurry it up, Mr. I have a brilliant idea.
Mr. Krabs, I have an idea. They decided it wasn't fair to simply ask everyone at once. It would allow people to force others to go through certain doors.
Yeah, quiet in the peanut gallery.
And he had a plan. It wasn't a plan he'd want anyone to catch wind of, however, so he did his best to act as calm as he began to open and read the pieces of paper.
All right, let's open these up. The first one says, Ace requests door 1.
Yes, I do. Would you like me to explain why?
No, we don't have time for that. Sorry. Let's keep going.
That's fair. Shush. Yes,
He wants door 6. Yeah, that's what I wrote.
Continue with the third, fourth, fifth piece of
Clover
paper.
wants 1, Lotus wants 2, and 7 also wants 2.
Wait a minute. There's no way I'm going anywhere with the Elephant Man.
Excuse me.
No, there'd be no point to the voting if we let people change their choices because of stuff like that.
But
Just give it up, Lotus. It's not like I want to hang out with some exhibitionist grandma.
I'm not an exhibitionist. I'm wearing clothes.
Debatable.
Barely.
So, last I checked, that's not a crime.
Maybe.
I'm pretty
But
sure
what about
nudity-
common decency? Nobody wants to have to look at a chick who looks like a half-naked raisin.
Half-naked raisin.
Kill you!
Oh, what's it? Oh, they're fighting!
Here we go.
Oh, let's go!
Lotus's hair flared out like the mane of
Oh,
an angry
not
lion,
good.
and she roared with a voice that shook the walls.
Let's go, let's get it on! Throw it away! Throw it away!
I'm killing him. With some difficulty, Ace managed to restrain her.
Junpei, read the rest.
Right.
Chibi tore his eyes away and looked down at the sixth piece of paper. He opened it.
June wants door 6.
Yes. I don't really have a reason. I just felt like it.
It's fair. All the papers seemed Junpei's had been read. He did some quick calculations in his head.
So this was everyone's vote. Ace and Clover requested door 1.
So the door on the A deck near the central staircase.
7 and Lotus requested door 2.
Door on the bottom deck could be reached by taking the elevator to the bottom of the ship.
Santa and June requested door 6.
Door on the E deck could be reached by taking the elevator
Okay,
to the
well,
central
then these
staircase.
votes are not going to be able to work anyway.
Yeah. All right, guys. Are we deciding now, and then
Did
leaving
this
it?
happen to line up where it didn't matter what we picked, we'd be able to add up?
I don't know. I think
Did the game do that for us?
I'm
we gotta
guessing.
decide
That's a
now.
good question.
1 and 4
Was it 1
plus
4?
5.
1,
Yeah,
4,
it's 10.
5, which is 1.
So that does work.
It's
7 and 8 plus
7,
5.
8, 5, which
Equals
goes into
2,
2, which is what they wanted.
Yeah,
and then it's
6 3, and
6,
5.
3, 5, which is...
So we just added up that way.
No.
Oh, wait, no, 5
They wanted to
and-
go through the 6 door.
You're right, that didn't work.
7 to Lotus wanted 2. 7, 8, 5 does get 2. And then
So
1,
we
4,
can go through 1 or 2 with no problem.
4, 5 is
What
1.
happened? Okay, if we choose 1 and go 1, 5, 1, 4, 5, then we can add up the rest of them. And how would that work? Because we wouldn't be able to do two teams of 2.
That would leave 6, 7, 8, and 3. I think it's 6.
So the rest of them would be.
That would work. And then the alternative was 6, 7, 5, which no, that's not right. It's sorry, 7, 8, 5, which is 2. That
And then
leaves
1,
1, 3, 6,
6, 4,
which gets 5, which doesn't work.
which doesn't work. So the only way that all of us
We
can
did
go
5, 6, 3, and 1. That would get a 6.
Yeah. So it looks like the only way
And
that
then that
all
would
of
leave
us would be
3, 7, 8, which
Actually-
would get, no, that wouldn't work.
So it looks like the only way that we're going to be able to have everyone go through a door is if we pick one.
Alright.
It's kind of what it looks like.
And everyone
unless
else
I'm
has
crazy.
to go together and go through.
Unless I'm crazy. Unless we're crazy.
6.
So yeah, because if we do 5, 7, 8, that gets us 2.
Which works.
And then we're left with 6,
3, 1,
1,
and 4.
3, 4, which gets 5, which
isn't an
doesn't
option.
work.
Which isn't an option.
And if we were to do 5 and then go with, it was Ace and Clover, which gets 1. And so the ones that are left are 3, 6, 7, 8, which gets a 6, which
is an option.
That works.
The only way that everyone is going to be able to go through a door is if we pick one. That's what it seems.
No, 2 worked.
2 worked?
Yeah, we just
Oh,
checked
you're
it.
right. 2 worked as well.
Yeah,
But
2 works.
wait,
Sure.
but
Yes.
no, but the
Because
remaining.
it's Ace, because the ones that would be left that aren't going through door 2 would be Ace, Santa. Was it Santa? Was it Santa?
Yeah. Would be
'Cause it's
1,
us-
6, 3, 4.
Great, yeah.
Would be
So
1, 6, 3, 4.
1, 6, 3, 4, which gets 5.
Yeah, which isn't an option.
What? 1, 6, 3, 4. How did
Isn't
I
an
mess
option.
that up?
So the only way that everyone can go through doors is if we pick one.
Weird.
That's what it seems like to me.
Alright, so
So
are we
this-
checking this now or are we ending the stream and checking this next week?
What are you checking now?
I think that because it's on our minds, we should pick now
Yeah.
and then we can come back.
Alright, what do we choose? What do we...
I say
Took less than a second to run the numbers. He'd open the 7-piece paper and
Okay, the last one is mine. I want to go through.
1, 2, or 6.
We can. So are we lying and saying and just changing our number?
Yeah.
1, 2, or 6, guys.
Wow.
What
And
was
we
our-
just so happened to pick up our piece of paper last.
Yeah.
That he planned that.
What was our number?
We
Well, I
haven't
think we're
stated
picking
a number.
one. We haven't stated a number. We're about to.
We're gonna just say we're gonna state a number.
We're lying about what we wrote. on
Are
our
we
piece of
doing
paper
1,
and
2, or
picking.
6?
I say 1.
1 is the only. I think we determined that 1 is the only way we're gonna guarantee.
Do we want everybody to do it?
Well, then
the
someone
only
would be
way we
left
can
behind.
guarantee it. That's the only one we can guarantee it.
Someone would be left on their own, at least.
But we wouldn't be going with June though.
That's
true.
Forget everybody else.
6, 5,
Our
and
love
1
is-
gets us 3. No, that doesn't work.
He's-
6,
he's an
5, 3 gets us 5. That doesn't work. So 6, 5,
I don't know about
4
you, but I
will
want
get
to
us
get
6.
everyone except for Lotus out.
5, 6,
I mean, if
7 would not work.
yeah, we can
5,
manufacture
6,
it by ignoring all these votes. We can manufacture other options by ignoring these votes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we can just say, nah, screw you guys. We have a conundrum on our hands. Nobody wanted the right ones. If we insist that we want to go with June. And number 6. And then the other person that went with June was
Santa.
Santa, but that's not going to work.
Ah, you know what?
The only one we would be able to do is be able to go with Clover in order to go with number 6.
Yeah.
We could go 5, 6, 8 to go with 1. So we can go with Lotus to go through door 1.
Do we want to save everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Except maybe Lotus.
Do you?
Yeah?
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to you guys.
Yeah. His opinion doesn't
My
matter.
opinion doesn't matter that much because
'Cause he's
you
played.
guys are the ones making the decisions.
He's played this before. He knows what happens.
Yeah.
Basically feeling I'm picking your number one.
Okay.
Are we just accepting door
What's
number one?
behind door number 1?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, door number one.
It's a new
My
car.
choice is door 1.
Sand was unconvinced.
Wait a minute there. You cheating? Cheating? I'm asking if you changed your number after you heard what doors we wanted.
How could I do that? I wrote it down on the paper earlier.
Let me see that.
Sure, here.
Shrugged and handed it to him. Examined it furiously. There's Peter as well.
I have a feeling he
As he
wrote
did,
down
quickly slipped
three.
the piece of paper he'd been hiding into his pocket, although he'd never known it. He'd never known how Santa had been justified in his suspicions. Junpei had switched papers.
I knew he had three.
I had 3 pieces of paper.
Yes.
Already. Doors 1, 2, and 6.
Door 6 on it.
6 on it in the pot. Put a small mark on it so we'd know which one was his.
I just needed to make sure I drew last. After I saw everyone else's result, I just chose whatever door. If the number I'd already put in matched, then I didn't have to switch the paper. Well, what does it say?
Fought the urge to smirk.
You got lucky.
Snoring tossed paper aside, frustrated.
Very well. We've decided who will go through door 1. It will be Clover, Junpei, and myself. Our only problem is the 2 remaining teams.
June and I want door 6.
Lotus and I want door 2.
That's not good. We can't open either of those doors with only 2 people.
You have to all.
Aw.
Fine. 7, we'll go through door 6.
Yeah.
Sure thing. I didn't really want to go through door 2 anyway. Besides, if we've got a younger girl with us, it'll lower the average age.
What?
Right, June?
What does that mean?
Well,
He's just
He's just being rude to Lotus.
yeah, he's just being rude to
Because
Lotus.
he keeps calling her old.
Yeah. June was at a loss for words. Lotus
Can we
was not.
ship? Can we ship? Can we ship
Pig.
Lotus and Seven?
You just want to see.
Her eyes are the eyes of a woman prepared to kill. A shiver ran down Junpei's spine.
Yeah.
You know, on
Seven's not like, yes, Lotus is annoying and we don't really like her, but Seven's not helping.
No, it's not.
How old is she?
We don't know any of their ages other than the fact that Clover is obviously the youngest, and Ace is obviously the oldest, and that's all we know.
Yeah.
And we're like in the middle. I think our character is specifically college age, and I think and thus June is the same age as us.
Yeah.
Because she was in our class in elementary school. So that's all we know, though. They're about a sort of.
And you're at it again.
They're arguing again. Even after they separated at the staircase, Lotus was still muttering English to herself. We're gonna pause there and continue next week. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching the stream. Stay tuned until next time. No one was watching the stream. That's okay though. But thank you for watching the video version of it. And stay tuned till next week, next Sunday, around the same time. And we're going to be continuing this game later. So, yeah, let's tune back to determine what is behind door number 1. Bye.